I'm unmuted now. Am I fixed? I do it every time, don't I? Wow, I just gave you guys such a big piece of news. No, I'm just kidding. I just got earlier today big exciting news about New York Comic Con, and I'm officially going. So that's cool. More on that soon. 1A, 1A, 1A's in the chat. What's up, everybody? So this is just I'm thinking about starting like a first Monday of the month stream where I just come on and chat with everybody and hang out and like maybe get a couple people to come join, maybe one person to come join. Tonight's going to be kind of a revolving door of my friends. I've also shot like some Hail Marys at people to see if they, might want to pop in and talk with everybody, but we'll see about that. But it's just, I like getting to know everybody. I got something I could give away. I got a little something that I'm going to give away at some point on the show today that you could only get at the Superman event. So I'll figure out how we're going to give that away. It's going to be US only because I'll have to mail it. But yeah, some Project Hail Marys, Damon. I'm very excited for Hail Mary. It's certainly for legal purposes is not that Judon, but inspired, sure. I love the Phase Hero merch. Let's actually, you guys want to see the Phase Hero merch? Have you guys seen the Phase Hero merch? Look at this. So you go to phasehero.com. We got just a fantastic batch of options. I'd say they're pretty super on phasehero.com. Yeah, pretty cool stuff over there. But look, so I have something to give away. I also have these old notebooks that I thought might be fun to dig into. They're just like old set visits and stuff. And I have not. This is the closest I'm coming to turning the page, like to looking at these in a long time. But these are from like 2015 to 2020, I think. Thought it might be fun to take a look at those and see what some of the stuff I was getting into and what I was thinking at the time from set visits and stuff when we weren't allowed to talk about it when I took the notes, but I can now. 70 people watching. What's up, everybody? Thumbs up. All the subscription, please, all that stuff. I'm gonna have some friends joining in a little bit, one at a time. Some cool people. So feel free to throw your questions. If you guys have questions, I think I talk too much on Phase Hero. And I try to let Jamie, Jenna, and Aaron get their words in, and I still barely do that. So I figured I'll just hop on a live Monday night, celebrate Superman. If anybody has thoughts on Superman, talking points about Superman, throw them in there. I'll give a spoiler warning if we end up doing Spoiler Man. Well, yeah, if we end up being Spoiler Man. I'm itching for some new Phase Hero merch. Well, Brandon Moore, I got some good news for you. I'm not going to auction this off. I'm just going to give it away. What, dude? What the hey with the $199? Keith, thank you so much, dude. W's Keith in the chat so far, biggest W of the night. We appreciate you, Keith. Yeah, pausing my 90-day watching. What up, Judon? That's pretty cool. Danny Brown, too much crypto. All right, let's talk about that. Let's start there. I'll keep it free of spoiler man here, but Danny Brown wants to know too much crypto. Crypto, in my opinion, was like the silliest thing about the movie, and I still didn't feel like it overloaded. I was cool with it. I thought crypto worked. I thought, James Gunn certainly knows how to do animals and all that. And I thought crypto worked. What does everybody think? Was there too much crypto in Superman? Only one W for Keith in the chat, guys. Come on. Let's go. Get some W. Can I show you something? Can I show you guys something before the first guest gets in here? First friend of mine gets in here. I've done this a few times, maybe 10 over the years. Very rare, very sparingly. W for Keith in the chat. Thank you, Uncle Marcus. There we go. There's the W's. Vanessa, Tiptoe. Major W, Thomas says. At the Superman junket, Superman himself was just like walking around. Made me wish I asked him at the junket, I thought of this earlier. I was like, you're such a chill guy. Did you consider not playing Superman because instantly you'd be famous as hell, like worldwide, everywhere you go, you're going to be very, very famous? But I didn't ask him that. But I did, however, get this done. They had them at the junket, and they had a Sharpie there, and he was just standing there, and I was like, "Well, you're not gonna not, right?" So one of my prized possessions here. That is not for giveaway. This is the giveaway. You can only get this at the junket. I'm giving a Daily Planet away. I mean, this thing is like fully realized too. Frank W. Frank in the chat, everybody, right now. Frank with the $4.99. No message, just a $4.99. Everybody, go ahead. W. Frank in the comments, please. We appreciate that. I thought about like playing video games on here, but I'd rather just talk to everybody. Like Scott Autry says he didn't mind crypto, but it felt like a storyline for a sequel. Maybe the film felt like maybe the whole film felt like a good sequel. I mean, I see that comment a lot about Superman. That it felt like a sequel because there's just so much world built there. And I mean, I understand it. And if you're not familiar with Superman, this movie's probably a little overwhelming. My thing is, I think so few people are not familiar with Superman. Even kids are going to get this, and now they're going to be thrust into this world and enjoy it, I think. And the message of the movie is just be a good person. Brandon Morris says, appreciate you, BD. Love an impromptu stream with a $9.99. Wait, Brandon, who's in here? You've had this profile picture for a long time. Who's in there with you? I'm trying to look. Thank you so much for the $9.99, man. You're the GOAT. Brandon Moore is like a force of positivity on social media and just has been for years. Brandon Moore with the biggest W of the night. What up, Brandon Moore? $9.99. Thank you. Chad Michael Murray. Duh. Once upon a time, I almost made something with Chad Michael Murray. Back when I was trying to be an actor or director, I made a short film. Dude named Antoine Tanner, Skills from One Tree Hill. I've asked you that before, Brandon Moore. I realize that now. And we filmed. That's how I got my start, actually. So maybe that's a story if you guys want to know about it, how to get started. It all kind of circles back to One Tree Hill in a way, which is kind of weird. But our first guest is here. My first friend popping into the stream. Hold on. Let me make sure we get the visuals right here. Surprise, everybody. Please welcome to the stage. I better see welcomes in the chat. I better see welcome. An absolute legend. The host of DC Studios Showcase. The fanboy fighter herself. Fantastic Frankie is here. Frankie, what's up?
I got my own special tag on the top. Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
Your show logo on there.
Thank you for having me. I didn't know I'd be first. That's awesome.
You are. We got a thunderous applause from Danny Brown.
Thank
Frank
you.
Says, welcome. AW Uncle Marcus. Oh my God, what a fantastic guest, says Troy. Dude, the comment section, I'm so lucky to have such a cool group of people in my comment sections. They're all so positive and supportive, and I appreciate that, everybody. Frankie, how you doing?
Man, I've been good. I'm back in New York for the week after the Superman craze. So it's hot here, but it feels great. I'm glad to be home.
Secret? That Superman shirt that you're wearing, I think that's the one they gave us at the screening, right?
Yes.
I lost mine.
Well, if you If it makes you feel better, I went to Vietnam when the trailer event was, and I didn't get that hoodie.
That hoodie is
I
my
know.
prized possession.
I
I
know. I
love, and that like they
know.
never even started selling that. I don't think.
No, I think they sold it in the t-shirt form.
Yeah.
But Coy and Tyler got one, and I was like, man, I would have came if I was going to Vietnam, which is like a great reason to not be there. But still, I wish I was
No.
there.
Okay, so everybody, Frankie, as you probably seem to know already, is the host of the DC Studios Showcase. Which Friday, by the way, is a very cool episode of DC Studios Showcase. You'll see us together again. That was so much fun. But I want to just talk, like, dude, what is it like? How has DC Studios Showcase and like a kind of officially joining the DC family like changed your life a little bit here?
Yeah, I mean, initially, I will have to say, I started off, I think I was already kind of um joined with them. I was working with HBO for a very long
Mm-hmm.
time, and I feel like I was aligned with them for a while. And I don't think that it truly hit me that I was on the show until we started interviewing the cast. Even going on the set and stuff like that, it just always felt surreal. But now it feels, I don't know. I feel more confident in the way that I speak. I feel more confident interacting with fans. I've had the opportunity to meet so many people. Never in my life. I used to say I was going to be like Frankie Feige and work with James Gunn, and now he like knows my name. He like shouted me out at the
No, I saw
screener.
him shout you out at the screen. He was like, Frankie. He like came over, gave you a hug.
We're like actually boys. No, I mean like he said my name at the screener, and then
Oh yeah,
at
yeah.
the
When he walked in, that's right.
premiere.
I have that on video, by the way, if you want it.
I got it from Greg. I couldn't
Oh, okay.
believe it. And then the second time he saw me and at the actual premiere, and he was like, I see you. I was like, you see my name, man.
Hell
Let the
yeah,
people know we're friends. We're cool.
yeah. That's
So that's very cool too. I've been a DC fan my entire life. So it's actually crazy to like professionally talk about DC, to be part of like the biggest DC film,
hell
honestly,
yeah.
today, and to be part of that rollout. I mean, so are you, right? You're
Oh,
like,
it's insane. I just posted about it on Instagram today, like what an insane ride this is because my life has changed. By the way, Troy Farley, Frankie doesn't realize how much of a queen she is with a little crown
thank
for
you,
you.
Troy.
And thank you, Mayeth 442. That Mayeth is your favorite Disney World cast member here. Love all you do. Mayeth took a picture for a Phase Hero listener, and they all connected because they were wearing the shirt, and I thought that was really cool. I think that's who that is.
Oh,
But yeah, I lost my train of thought there. Wait, but DC Studios Showcase, it's on Max. I see social clips all the time on social media. You've interviewed literally everyone there.
yeah, everyone but Rachel. We haven't been able to get
We didn't get
Rachel.
Rachel.
We didn't get Rachel. She had like another screener that day and something else, so we missed Rachel. And when we saw her, she was like, I didn't get to be on the show. And we're like, Rachel, like literally anytime we'll
Open door
organize.
policy, Lois.
Yeah, and I had this fun little clip I was gonna do with her where I like confronted her, like, yo, I saw you kissing Superman on the roof. Like, what's up with that? Clark don't deserve it, and like have her react. But I didn't get a chance to, so maybe one day we'll be able to meet. I feel like we're both women with moxie, and we'd really vibe.
Oh yeah, I mean she's such a. Wait, have you not even met her yet in person?
I met her briefly,
Oh yeah,
but not
yeah.
really. Not like everyone else. Like when I was at the premiere, I think that's when it really set in. Like I am a part of the DC world. Like everyone, there were people from Peacemaker who was coming up to me, like Judo Master came up to me and I didn't even
Yo.
recognize him. He was like, "Oh my God, we watched the podcast, blah 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 blah,"
Oh
and
yeah.
I didn't even recognize him because he didn't have his mask on. Angel, the director
Ahsoka. Yeah.
yeah, he came up to me. He was like, "Oh my gosh, you're the only one who got Blue Beetle. I'm so glad you're on the show." Da, da, da. And I'm like, this is insane because I've been consuming this work for so long, and to be
Mm.
considered like, and this is the same for you, Brandon. Like in 10 years and stuff, when they look back at this time, they're gonna be like, "Oh, there was Frankie, and she was like." on this showcase. You know, what you've done with Face Hero is like legendary. And I'm like, this is the way that we talk about like Olivia Munn and Comic Book Men and Kevin Smith. Like in 15 years, that's how they're going to talk about us. That's crazy.
Oh God, that's I don't know if that's. I mean, I don't know. I believe that about you. I believe that about you. I don't know if anybody's be talking about me in the 10, 15 years.
No, Brandy, you have so much sauce. Are you kidding me?
Your check is in the mail.
My check is in the mail.
Hold on. Speaking of that comment right there, I'm sure you see this shit all over social media. There's so much like, oh, paid review, paid review. I want to say something. I did the DC Studios showcase with you, which is literally an HBO Max show. And one of the things the producers kept saying is be honest. If you don't like something, say it. Like literally the show that airs on the Warner Brothers channel. Like so with that in mind, given that you have total freedom, can I get your thoughts on Superman?
Yeah, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. It reminded me a lot of like Tom King's work and Mark Waid's work, who are like my favorite Superman writers. If you guys follow me or if you've seen my page, I've been talking about it nonstop for the last couple of days, even before then. Obviously, I don't think it was perfect. I think there were some things to grow on. I think my biggest thing was I wanted to see Clark. I felt like I didn't get to see Clark. You know what I mean? I didn't think about it until I saw it again. And I was like, man, we actually don't know who he is specifically. But everything else, I thought it was great for like the first film. I love that it just dropped us in. Thoughts on Not Enough Clark? I felt like I don't know what type of journalist Clark is. Like, I think there was a hint towards him not really having integrity with him interviewing himself and then also having a front page. But I would love for there to be times like there's a book that I love. It's called Birthright. And so much of it is Clark going to countries like Moravia or Jaipur or whatever and talking to the leaders there, using his powers to navigate those dangerous places and get the intel he needs to be a reporter. And in the way that the Batman spent so much time telling Robert Pattinson he needs to do more as Bruce Wayne, I wish that we had a moment where people, including Lois especially, were challenging Clark. Challenging Superman to spend more time as Clark. And I think there just wasn't time to do that.
I find it impressive how James balanced this movie because you got Guy Gardner, Mr. Terrific, Hawkgirl, Lois, so many supporting characters. And the fact that one of the places we didn't get enough Clark, it kind of surprises me that that's one of the characters that felt underserved given how much Superman we got. But it still felt like to me like we walked out feeling like we know Clark.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, I would love to spend more time with him and see him have a bit more to do, whether it's just more journalism to effectively take somebody down or something. But I'm glad we know him. And that stuff with oh my God, the farm and everything. Wait, hold on. I got a hot take. We talked about this a little bit, but Jimmy Olsen is a villain, bro.
I know. I agree.
Like, people are arguing with me on this. I'm like, yo, y'all call Tony Stark a womanizer and a bad guy, but like he literally endangered a woman as a source and misled her. And hey, this is the hill I'm going to die on.
Then tried to pretend like he didn't know she was in danger. He was like, oh, she probably dropped it on the floor. What? You know where she is. I have a different, I do agree. And I think that that's the most plausible. I have two hot takes. One is a headcanon and the other is a hot take. The hot take for me is that all these women are using Jimmy for status. Like the two interns we see at work knows that he's buddy with Perry and Lois. And so they're trying to give him attention because they know he likes it. And the second one was Eve. And in addition to that, Eve trying to like spend the weekend with him and stuff like that was so that she could be around a reporter in case Lex retaliated. She'd be around a photojournalist and somebody who could document what's going on. That's probably not true, but that's something I like to put out there, you know?
I dig it. I like where the theory hat goes.
You know what I mean? And my second one is that Lex is bi. And that vlog that he imprisoned that woman for was about Lex like being bi, and he's in love with Superman.
You're not the only person to say that. There are a lot of people on the internet who ship. What do you call that? Super Lex?
Super Lex, yeah, I like that. I think some of it is again Mark Waid, who before he got the chance to write Superman, wrote Irredeemable, and in it, it's a Superman book that he was basically being like, since y'all won't let me write Superman, and in it, the Lex Luthor character is actually in love with Superman, and also the whole Superboy of it all, him creating a clone, taking his DNA, has something to do with it. But for me, it was that. Of course, I'm obsessed conversation that he had where he's like, yeah, I'm envious. Da, da, da. I know. I was like, oh, he's in love.
I know. What does he say? Envy consumes me. Nicholas Hoult was so good. All right. Well, Frankie, thank you for hopping in. You are an absolute legend. You do a lot more than DC Showcase, which is an incredible accomplishment in itself, but you are making content for so many things. Where can everybody find you?
You can find me on all platforms at Fantastic Frankie, Frankey. Yeah, I talk DC. I'm going through the Gilded Age, which is great. Sometimes I have time to like cover comics, but yeah, all things nerdy, fun, and I want to say like Black. I like Black shows like one of them days. So definitely check me out. It's a lot of fun, and thank you for having me. This is awesome.
Oh my God, thank you for having me. Everybody, go watch DC Studios Showcase. Follow Frankie, of course. And check out DC Studios Showcase on Max this Friday. And if you don't, you'll still see it because we're going to barrage you with social clips, I promise. Frankie, you're a legend. It's good to see you. All right, will I see you at anything in the next couple weeks?
Hopefully Fantastic Four. I'm trying to get to the screener. So you'll see me then.
Hell yeah. I still don't not even know 100% sure if I'm going, but I think I'm going. So fingers crossed.
If not, San Diego Comic-Con. I know
Oh my God. There. Yo, San Diego. I have a wrestling match, San Diego. And if you need a ticket, let me know. Friday night, everybody wants to go to the IGN party. So
I do have tickets to the IGN party.
Me too, but I'm gonna wrestle and then go to it sweaty. All right.
I love that. Wear the costume. Dress like Luffy. Get like a special Luffy cosplay.
Yeah, we'll see about that. God. All right, Frankie. All right, I'll see you in a week or so.
Yeah, I'll see you soon.
All right, bye.
Bye.
All right, wait. We already got our next friendo hopping on the show. Please, everybody in the chat, y'all better say welcome in your loudest capital letters. Absolute legend, the host of Maude's Book Club. You might know her from Nerdist, SourceFed Nerd. She's got a wonderful Twitch stream that she does multiple times a week. Maude Garrett. What was that face?
She does Twitch streams multiple times a week, and I was like, does she?
Well, you're a jack of all trades. You can't even. It's so hard to nail you down.
Sure.
Maude.
Sure.
Maude.
Hi everyone, so great to be here. What's up?
Everybody, welcome. W Maude, welcome. Maude, thunderous applause.
Yay!
W. Everybody loves to see Maude. Welcome. Thank you, everybody, for being so welcoming to our friend Maude.
What does 5 W's mean? I'm old.
That's 6 W's. That's
what?
All you do is win, 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 no matter what.
No matter what.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
So I'm winner. I like it. It sounds like it's a remix. Oh, that's so cool. All right, sorry, my millennial is showing, I suppose.
Well, it happens to the best of us.
We're talking Sisters of Superman.
Yeah, but first, hold on.
Okay,
Hold on. Everybody, I said Twitch streams. Maude is like a ridiculously competitive person. So, highly recommend following Maude because the streams get intense, whether it's Marvel Rivals or games that she promises she's going to play with me, but then plays on stream without me anyway.
Yes. Marvel. I got makeup on my eyelid.
Are you still on the Marvel Rivals train?
I like Marvel Rivals, and I'm now maining as Cloak and Dagger. I've got that down. It's really, really good. It used to be Mantis, then it went to Scarlet Witch, and now it's Cloak and Dagger. Either way, if anyone needs a healer, that's usually where I'll be. But I think my best that I've gotten is 42-0 as Scarlet Witch.
42 what?
Nil, nothing, 0. 42. So that's your KD. 42 kills.
Kevin Durant
didn't die, is what I'm trying to say.
Judon Foster is an Iron Man made? That's impossible, bro. You must not play the game very much.
Dude, if you're playing comp, they'll try to get rid of you first, hey? Because like Iron Man can be a pest.
Well, the fact that Iron Fist can Can he still kick Iron Man out of the sky? I haven't played in a couple months.
I think that Iron Fist is the reason why you haven't played, because you collectively lost your shit like a grown man having a tantrum.
Yeah, grown man, by the way.
Because of Iron Fist being able to yeet Iron Man out of the sky. And you were just like, what the hell? How is that even possible?
I mean, it's bullshit.
And it's not canon because the Iron Fist that we've seen on the screen,
he's a flying fist.
Couldn't do anything like that. Judon Foster hate Iron Fist. Yeet.
Yeah. One thing I want to shout out before we talk a little bit about Superman. Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil.
This
coming
one right
up
here.
on Maude's book club.
No, we've already done it. That was June's book.
That was
pick.
this past Thursday?
That was nope. Past Thursday was.
Wait. Why did I just see up to page 273 on Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil?
It's probably an old video. But this
well, The Inevitable Run by Matt Dinneman, who's also been on Maude's book club recently.
Ruin. Matt Dinneman. So for those that haven't heard of it, this is a series called Dungeon Crawler Carl. If you, and I feel like I'm speaking to the prime audience for this. If you're a little bit nerdy and you love video games and it's technically lit RPG, this series is so good. Matt Dinneman is an independent author and over the last 4 years has blown up because of word of mouth, because so many people are reading this book and they're absolutely loving it. If you listen to audiobooks, Jeff Hayes, my man, has done the most brilliant job bringing it to life. And I think I can announce here exclusively, because we haven't really put it out there yet, I will be moderating.
Well, I was going to ask if we can announce anything.
The Dungeon Crawler Carl Audible panel at San Diego Comic-Con with Jeff Hayes, the narrator.
Let's go. Congratulate. Where?
No, it didn't. It didn't, Scott. I'm about to correct you. It's going to be on Saturday, and
at,
11:30.
Well, but at where?
I haven't committed that to memory yet.
It's San Diego Comic-Con.
Oh yeah, but I thought you were like, what room? And I'm
it's San Diego Comic-Con. Let's go.
San Diego Comic-Con, and I'm also going to be doing the Project Hail Mary Audible room as well, which is probably the best, my most favorite book.
Okay, wait.
This is my most favorite series.
This is amazing. Oh, there go all the least favorite books. Dungeon Crawler Kyle.
Yes.
Can I watched the Project Hail Mary trailer. Have you watched that?
Absolutely. Read the book first, please, or listen to it. It's even better if you listen to it.
So I love Project Hail Mary's trailer. I am, as you know, as my friend, I don't read.
No.
Recently got prescribed Adderall, officially diagnosed with ADHD, and that's been very helpful.
You've had ADHD a goddamn while.
For 2 days officially.
Okay, well done.
Now that said, reading might be in the cards again. I heard I was going to say the ADHD just struck.
I thought you had Adderall.
I'm wired.
You're not on an ad or a roll, are you?
Wow. But no, I remember. I just get derailed because you're so quick and I'm not used to people being quippy. Okay, so Project Hail Mary, I watched the trailer. I haven't read the book. Have I seen too much?
Yes, already. Yes. I can't stress enough. Please listen to the book. Ray Porter is the audiobook narrator. It is laugh out loud funny. Emma is in here saying one of my favorite books of all time. Yes, read, listen to the books. Please, Project Hell, mention. This is the thing. When books are this good, you scream it from the rooftops and you want everyone to know about it. And honestly, sometimes I feel like a goddess sent from heavens when I get to recommend a book that makes someone's life better. And Project Hail Mary is my number one recommended book. And Dungeon Crawler Carl is my number one recommended series.
I listened to Murderbot at your recommendation. I enjoyed it.
The show's fantastic.
I got 2 episodes in. I'm just bad at watching TV, but I enjoyed it.
I hadn't watched anything for ages because of my Marble Rabbles addiction, but I am
Marble Rivals, baby.
Marble Rabbles. The trailer gave too much away and I know nothing about it, says Judon Foster. Look, it did. And if you need encouragement to read/listen to a book, Project Hail Mary is a 6 out of 5 book for me. It is a kind of an end of the world scenario, but it's so funny. An end of the world shouldn't be funny, but it is. And this is the way I say it because Andy Weir is the same guy who did The Martian, and that's been made into a film. Mm-hmm. If The Martian is all of Earth coming together to save one man, then Project Hail Mary is one man's mission to save all of Earth. And it's very, very well acted. like listening to it's such an experience. So please do
I'm
that.
very, very excited for that. Maude, you got to do the junket for my favorite movie of the year so far. A junket I did
F1?
not do, and it is F1.
Yeah, great movie. Holy hell, I liked that movie. Way more than I thought I would.
Fantastic movie.
Yeah.
Did you interview Brad Pitt?
Nah, I didn't get him. Like
So
5 outlets got him.
I didn't see him. So, but you got to interview pretty much everyone else.
I got everyone else. There's only a limited number for Brad Pitt, and that was grouped up. I think he was grouped up. He never did a solo. And I just didn't know if that was because the junket was on Father's Day, and that's why Brad didn't want to do any press.
Oh, well, he's got another. Oh no, I was thinking about Leonardo DiCaprio. He's got that.
I don't want to read into that at all.
No, I think it. Yeah. Anyway, Superman.
Wait, Scott just said something that I didn't know about, and I like to think I know about everything. Andy Weir is wild. He wrote fan fiction for Ready Player One that became canon.
Is that real?
Scott, I don't know. Tell me more about that. Also, with Dungeon Crawler Carl, someone earlier mentioned that it was Seth Green that bought the rights to that. It's actually Seth MacFarlane. So the guy behind Family Guy has the rights to Dungeon Crawler Carl, and it's going to be made into a TV series.
And
what's really exciting is that the character is basically in boxer shorts and no shoes the entire time.
I mean, that's me when I'm home. I don't leave the house.
And that was Carl when he was home, and now he's fighting for his life. He does now, and not by choice.
In his boxer shorts and no shoes.
It was a very unfortunate situation that he got, pulled into the dungeon in his boxer shorts and no shoes. And it's very clever though.
I do hate when that happens. All right, what do you think of Superman?
I liked it. I really did. I really want to commend the fact that there were no slow moments for me. I was locked in the entire time. Do I think the plot kind of pinged around a little bit?
Yeah,
I do. But every time we pinged somewhere, it was still exciting and I liked it. I do have a singular gripe that I have asked about if I am alone in this experience, and I truly believe that I am. But when I've mentioned it to people, they're like, I didn't see it that way, but you're also not wrong. And so I feel like this is a confession that I will be making about Superman. But we also need to talk about all the great things as well, which there's plenty.
This is gonna, oh boy. Should I air this on my channel? What are you about to say? You're Australian. I never know. I
think that they did Lois Lane a little dirty by making her quite unlikable in the first half of the film.
I didn't see. We talked about this at the after party. I don't agree.
I know you don't, but I want to explain it to you, and I want to tell you all the beats that this hit. Now we're going full spoilers. I'm assuming everyone's seen it.
Some spoilers here for Superman for the next 2 minutes, everybody. Come back, mute for 2 minutes, come back if you haven't seen Superman yet, but it's in the title of the video.
James Gunn did such a good job making Superman so likable so quickly that I found myself overprotective of Superman when we saw him with Lois. So what happened? I like her too. This is the thing. And I think Rachel Brosnahan is a fantastic actress, but let's look at how we were first introduced to them together, right? We didn't get their origin story. We didn't see them fall in like, right? We didn't get that moment. What we do see is on their 3-month anniversary-ish, Clark decides to do something really sweet and make a dish that emulated the meal that she liked. And her first response was, yeah, I like breakfast at breakfast time. There was no...
Sometimes people try to cook and it doesn't work out.
There was no soft moment there. It wasn't like oh my God, I was so scared. Oh, that's really sweet. I just never really saw a reason why they liked each other. I felt like he was like really trying to impress her, and she just had so many walls up with him. But he was like trying to do something nice for her. It got a little bit shut down. And then he even lets her in by saying, oh, Scott makes a good point. Clark made a dish that he liked. Okay, I will hear that. I will absolutely hear that.
And that is what Lois called out too.
Okay, so she's setting boundaries. I get that. I get that as well. And she was a little bit freaked out because he broke into her place. Okay. He then lets her in.
You mean he doesn't have a key at 3 months?
He then let her in even further by allowing her to interview him. What I think I got a little upset by was that this is a man who has told Lois who he really is. So she knows that he's Superman, and she knows how hard it must be to exist as this person. He's literally carrying the weight of the world on his shoulders. I think I just needed a beat, a sentence where she's like, I see you and I know how hard this is. But what's going to happen is that the rest of the world is going to target or tackle this particular thing in this particular way. And I want to make sure you're prepared. But it wasn't like that. It was incredibly hostile. And I just felt like she kept kind of bashing him down and down and down and down. And because I've already been convinced that this is the greatest guy ever and we have to protect him at all costs, I was like, he just needs support. What are you doing? And then the final piece of this, because they didn't really have another scene together for a while, I was like, what are we going to do to make Lois a little bit more likable? And then she leaves the apartment being like, this is never going to work. And you're just like, holy shit. And I understand that that's self-sabotaging and she's sabotaging the relationship and that's what she is like. But I'm here conditioned to be like, our boy doesn't deserve that. Like he doesn't deserve to also carry her shit as well as the fate of the world. There was a moment where Crypto went up to Lois and I was like, she's going to be like, oh, this dog. She's going to be a dog person and I'm going to fall in love with Lois. No. Ew, get this thing away from me. And I was just like, cool. I don't get it.
She didn't do that. She's not.
I don't get it. I don't get it. But I'm really open to this conversation. And I will say that my stance with this is only because the testament of James Gunn making Superman so likable so fast out the gate. And I was merely just wanting him to have any sort of support from anyone and hoping that he could get it from Lois. That's all.
I have a couple thoughts.
Yeah.
First is that whole sort of arc where Lois is kind of dry, sort of, to me, makes the payoff of her saying, I love you too, more powerful.
Yeah, she let her guard down.
She finally let her guard down and took the reporter hat off and was just like, and to me, it was like, for Clark, I wanted him to have that moment from her because I know how much she means to him and how well he treats her. And I forget what the other thing was. Man, that ADHD strikes. It was, in the beginning, that scene where he leaves, where he walks out and she says, I knew this wasn't going to work. I'm not good at relationships. And he walks out. I saw that as her trying to invite vulnerability and he left. Because I've watched the movie 3 times. And
I don't see it like that at all.
When he walked out, she looked like more upset that he left than upset that the conversation went poorly.
I saw it as him needing to protect himself because she was just relentless.
I mean, sure, I think that's why he left, because he was just like, oh, okay, whatever. But I think when she said, I knew this wasn't going to work, it was more of like hoping he would go back into personal mode after she just kind of barraged him with questions and trying to get that vulnerability, but he didn't. And she should have, expressed that more directly. She left it up for interpretation. Relationships are hard. Communication in relationships is very difficult sometimes, especially early on when one of you's a fucking superhero, I would assume. I took that as like her hoping he would take the bait of vulnerability, and he didn't. And she was really interesting by that.
That's really interesting. And I do think it's a difficult thing because we are not getting origin, and we are kind of getting thrust into this relationship sort of 3 months in, which should, I think, still be honeymoon phase. That's when you're, and this felt like it was 1 year in the kind of that like.
I love you in 3 months is pretty quick though too.
I agree.
It's all pretty. They move Superman.
I agree.
Faster than a speeding bullet, even emotionally.
Oh, there you go. I like Stamina MC take on this. I think the point was that she's not emotionally literate enough as to articulate that. Her admission to expecting it not to work confirmed that for me. She likes where she's at, but it's unfamiliar. And I see that. And like Brandon, I think it was you that said that Lois notoriously kind of like self-sabotages in relationships. And she's like, so. Yeah, and I get that. But because I didn't see their meet cute moment, I didn't have enough context, and I needed a little bit more exposition of compassion and understanding. And, I'm looking out for you because this is a really difficult experience. And as a journalist, I need to present to you a reality because I'm trying to help you. But it was almost like, oh, you keep getting Superman's interviews. You keep getting the scoop. You keep making me look bad. It kind of just had an edge of that a little bit too much for me. Not to say that she was unlikable the whole movie at all. I just noticed it very much in her introduction, and then she had plenty of time to shine as well. I kind of wish it was a little bit more fun, but there was like just a tiny beat missing. There you go.
You can tell everyone's stories except her own. So
Oh, well said. Stamina, you are coming in with the goods in the
all the way
comments.
from London, by the way. Stamina's London calling.
That's like 2, 3 a.m. in the morning, if I'm not mistaken. 2 a.m.? 2 a.m.?
Wow,
1 a.m.?
Keith taking Maude's side here. I'm okay with Maude's Lois as long as she doesn't slander Jimmy. I've been slandering Jimmy for like 5 straight days now.
I actually really liked his character.
I thought he was hilarious and super entertaining, but that man is a villain, and I don't like. How could anybody not see this?
Shut up.
Was literally manipulating that woman, putting her in danger, and emotionally using her as a source. And then when she was like, I'm gonna die, he was like, oh, annoying.
You know what? I do see that. I do see that.
But he was, so it's okay.
I felt like both of those characters were not in the same movie.
Who? Jimmy and Lois?
No.
Jimmy and Eve?
Yeah. The girlfriend?
Yeah, Eve Tessmacher?
Yeah. I just thought that there was I would have also liked the fact because there was
cold, man. Jimmy is slanging that thing for intel.
There was also like this epiphany moment where Eve is actually way more brilliant and like she's kind of playing dumb so that Lex trusts her around all of these people, but like she's actually switched on. I wish we saw a little bit more of her change around Jimmy, but like to be a ditzy character and then to ramp up that ditziness, I kind of wish we had we recognized and saw her be a lot more brilliant.
Yeah.
Than we initially thought, but it almost like dumbed her down even more around Jimmy.
Yeah.
I still don't think her selfies were intentional. Okay, dang.
I think they were intentional. All right, Maude. Where can everybody find you?
Wait, there's it's got dropped. Scott dropped.
I see it. I'm excited. Scott, thank you so much for the $19.99, my friend. LOL, what an absolute banger of a surprise Monday stream. Shouts to the comment section. Shouts to the friends and guests joining the show. I genuinely think I might just make this like a hey, first Monday of the month, come on, or maybe even a weekly thing. I don't know, but weekly is a big commitment. But I might just start like a first Monday of the month. We'll talk about some movies. We'll have some friends on and just chat. And then I also believe in like putting over everybody in the industry. I don't think we do a good enough job of that. Like sometimes we'll throw each other stuff on our stories, but hey, there's almost 100 people watching live right now. If even one person goes and subscribes to Maude's Book Club, and it sounds like a lot of people really love the books you're talking about.
They're really good books.
But like this, I mean, watching us, like it sounds like there's so many people who are really excited for the stuff you're doing in Maude's Book Club. So it's also like, I've watched a lot of Maude's Book Club's episodes. Like they are a very like intimate setting where people get to join the conversation and be, connect with you, connect with each other. And you have a whole Discord and everything. So it's not just, hey, throw some money on Patreon and maybe you get to listen. No, it's like you get to be part of it. Like you get to
it's
be
like a virtual room that we're all sitting in discussing the book. And I do love the fact that like the youngest is 23 and the oldest is about 73. Like we have a full gamut of
that. Yeah. Oh my God.
I love that so much.
Yeah.
And
so cool.
The slogan, the best thing I've learned about book clubs is we all read the same words, but we all hear a different story. And I think that that's so important because even with this Lois thing, maybe I've got a little bit of baggage that I need to unpack where I'm like, relationships should be supportive first and foremost. And this is triggering for me. Like, that's my take that I got from it. You watch the exact same movie and you got a different take on that. And I think that that is so powerful. Everyone has their own unique perspective. And when you share and talk about that, you get out of your own perspective and start learning others. And I think that that's really important too.
Yeah, I agree. That's kind of why I want to start doing something like this where just, have these fun conversations about stuff. I mean, I do the podcast, but it's always nice to talk with new people. I love Janet, Jamie, and Aaron, obviously, but I think it's like
Fox
fun. What?
Fox of Flame just got Project Hail Mary on audiobook. I'm so sorry, but that's so important for me.
Somebody just bought it?
Yep.
Hell yeah. Let's go. Why the live stream during Raw? Sorry, Glenn. I'll figure it out. I just thought first Monday of the month had a nice ring to it, and I'm traveling tomorrow for the Naked Gun. And then
why did you talk back Tuesday then?
Talk back Tuesday. Hey, who do you think, chat? Who do you think? I'm pretty sure this is true. The first person
me before, and again,
to say the name Faye's hero and speak it into existence was this person. So,
but I'm good at names. If you need a name for something, I can name it.
Back Tuesday has to be taken.
Oh, probably, but not here.
I could do like main.
No
main
one's allowed
character
to
moments.
talk back on a Tuesday because they.
Anyway, all right, Maude. Well, thank you for hanging. Do you want to mention anything anywhere specific for?
No, I just want to know who's next.
Oh God. If this
What?
wasn't part of the plan, I actually was going to just take a break and have like 15 minutes just talking to the chat, but I'll bring him on. This was.
I have an understanding of who it might be. Actually, I've got one name in my head.
It is a jailbroken Jim Viscardi.
Oh, that's
And
so
he
good.
just joined to Eric Bischoff's theme song.
Jim, we've
Hello,
got to play
everybody.
Marvel Rivals.
I know you took my main.
Hold on,
my main is Cloak and Dagger.
Okay,
Look
I'll
at
go
the
back. I'll
pop
go back
for
to
Jim.
Scarlet.
Guys, this is ridiculous. The pop for Jim in the comment section. I'm getting tired of it. He can't keep getting away with it.
All right,
Everyone's tired of listening. Everyone's tired of listening to your bad opinions, BD. They need my good ones.
Jim. Oh my
so
God. Jim,
funny.
all right, hold on. What?
I was gonna say I don't even know the backstory for this, but I love it.
Jim is jail cell Viscardi, and the comments know that because Jim has takes that are worthy of jail time. Like, look at this. Look, everybody knows.
No one can handle the truth.
And look at Glenn. Love Maude, a huge get here. Showing the proper respect that it is getting Maude on your YouTube
How come
channel.
you're not putting Keith's comment up there? Good opinions incoming.
Oh,
There, see?
Oh,
we found Jim's burner account. He goes by Keith.
and his picture is next to Superman, so you know he's a fan.
Oh boy.
I'll leave you go. Hold on, Jim. What did you think of the movie, real quick? What's this?
Superman?
Take?
It was a lot of fun. Like that was the most comic book superhero, the most comic book movie that has ever been made.
There you go.
That's it. And it's,
So,
I mean, does it have parts that are just like, oh, okay, fine, whatever. Yeah, sure. But overall, fun ride.
So someone brought to my attention a couple of things, that the last iteration of Superman was kind of exclusively a villain the entire time. So it was so nice to sort of see him back to being the nice guy. But they also missed the dark.
Calling Zack Snyder a villain?
He made Superman a villain. That was the angle that they went. It was everyone against, and I understand, like, this is an alien who's got supreme power that not even 5 Justice League members or whatever could like contain. I get that. But someone else said that the James Gunn is kind of bringing a Marvel-esque colorful lens to what was a very gritty and dark DC. Do you like this shift?
I mean, sure, but the DC universe has always been more goofy than the Marvel universe. Right.
For CW, yes, but not usually in the
No. In the comics, the DC universe in general is way more, for lack of a better term, stupid and goofy than the Marvel universe ever was. The Marvel universe is always the world outside your window, and so it deals with sex, drugs, and alcohol. And the DC universe was always a PSA against all of that stuff, right? And so, but it's interesting because I see there are a lot of folks who are saying, oh, well, I think it's unfair to say James Gunn is bringing Marvel flavor to DC, where I think Gunn probably deserves a little bit more respect in that James Gunn brought James Gunn to both Marvel and DC. This is this is an incredibly James Gunn film, right?
It's just good to see that some time in jail has knocked some sense into you.
Dare I say, maybe I bring out the best of Jim.
A perfect example of just how stupid and comic booky this thing is that when Superman and Lois are having that talk and the Justice Gang is fighting that giant floaty psychedelic orb thing out in the city, right? Marvel would never do that. Could never do that. Marvel, if Marvel did that in the movie, people would be calling for Feige's resignation.
If they did something,
moment.
If they did something where a interdimensional imp is being fought in the background of a scene,
Don't you remember they're having a really beautiful, vulnerable conversation, and there's this giant galactic space
And then
thing
you
that's
just
getting
see
kind of like,
Green
I
Lantern's
thought that
Yeah.
was great.
beating the hell out of the thing.
but the fact that it went on for so long as well, like
And
it was
Green
just
Lantern is just-
beautiful.
He's like swinging a bat at it.
Yeah,
All that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Like that's the kind of thing you would expect to see in a comic, and there would be a caption that said, "Go read Justice Gang #2 to see how this fight is actually happening."
You know what's funny is now that you say that, maybe we'll see that scene from the Lanterns' perspective, like in Lanterns.
It would be amazing. I
'Cause
mean,
that would be very
definitely not
comic
Lanterns.
bookish.
That Lanterns movie is supposed to, or show is supposed to be dark and gritty.
Yeah. We'll see.
All right.
see.
Well,
All right, Maude.
gentlemen, I'll leave you to it. Thank you so much for indulging me in a fun little conversation.
Thanks for hanging.
Read more books.
Read more books. Go subscribe to Maude's Book Club. Go follow at Maude Garrett on every podcast player, every social media platform. I'm used to saying podcast platform.
I'm getting that.
And W Maude in the chat.
Yay.
W Maude in the chat.
People love Maude.
What?
She can't keep getting away with this. Both of you. I'm getting tired of it. I'm the least popular person on my own channel right now.
Could you get me out? This is uncomfortable now. Can you get me out of the show?
Oh, I thought you could just close the.
Oh.
You could just close the browser.
This is uncomfortable.
She stayed for all the W's. She wanted to see the W's in the chat. Jim, what's going on, man? You getting ready for Comic-Con?
Comic-Con, baby.
What are you going to be doing at Comic-Con? Can you even say
Man,
that?
I tell you what, that's going to sound like I'm dropping some names here. I had a good hour chat with one Mr. Todd McFarlane to talk about his panel at San Diego Comic-Con, and I just tell you, if you've ever had the opportunity or good fortune to meet Todd McFarlane and even carry a 5-minute conversation with him, that guy treats you like you're the only person in the room.
He really does, and he also treats you like he's known you forever.
And he treats you like he's known you forever.
He's a good dude.
There is no experience like talking to Todd McFarlane. And I was like, that man calls, I will always answer.
He's a good dude.
But anyway, it's gonna be fun.
Is the panel gonna be exciting?
Yeah, we've got like we'll have some fun stuff. We're gonna obviously talk Spawn, and then Kirkman's got a bunch of stuff cooking up. He's got his solo panel, which will be a lot of fun. Rob Liefeld's bringing Youngblood back, and so that's going to be a fun one to see. And then look, the panel I'm the most excited for, and this is like not super inside baseball comic booky, but I'm doing a panel that's just a bunch of A++ artists in the business. One, Ryan Otley, of Invincible. Daniel,
more than that too. I know that name.
Who? Ryan Otley?
Ryan Otley.
Yeah, he basically drew most of Invincible.
But he's done like a bunch of stuff.
Oh yeah, I mean he did Hulk for a little while. But anyway, so I got Ryan Otley, I got Daniel Warren Johnson, who is one of the biggest artists in the business today. Sanford Green, for those who are reading either Bitter Root, or he did that Doom one shot with Jonathan Hickman, which was just so freaking good. Who else do I have on that panel? Oh yeah, I've got Ian Bertram, who is just a amazing artist. So yeah, anyway, it's just going to be a bunch of artists on a panel talking about art stuff, and that kind of like craft chat is the stuff I nerd out about. Right. It's going to be really interesting because I think panels in general are going to have a lot more people in them because Hall H sucks this year.
It's not great. I mean, there's
it's not that it's not great. It sucks.
I mean, there's no singular panel that is like the headline of San Diego Comic-Con.
There is no must-see panel.
What my most anticipated, I think, is Peacemaker.
Yeah.
You still have Walking Dead in Hall H,
but like if you're going to Comic-Con, you're like, oh my god,
Hall H.
No, it never does.
I mean, it used to.
It used to. I don't think it does anymore.
What else?
Like, if you're going to San Diego Comic-Con, you're like, oh crap.
But here's
I don't know if I'm going to get into Hall H. You'll be able to walk into Hall H.
I think so too. I mean, there's a Tron panel. There's a Predator Badlands panel. The Long Walk has a panel. Mark Hamill,
Percy Jackson, like it's okay.
Yeah, but there's no when there's no Marvel Studios panel, that seems to be I also kind of wonder how many studios like looked to Marvel to see if they were going, and then when they weren't, just like, you know what, this year's not it.
I mean, it's really interesting because like you used to have a bigger presence from your Lionsgates, and Sony never really went. But
They had the last time they went, I think, was Venom 2.
something like that.
And I might be wrong, but I remember Jessica Chobot hosted that panel with Tom Hardy. It was Ruben Fleischer. Did he direct Venom 2?
Yep.
I don't remember. Might have been Venom 1. But it's been a while since Sony they had Brightburn there a few years ago. That was like 6-7 years ago though.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna be kind of a lacking. That's why on Friday night, everybody should come to the Circle 6 Wrestling show and watch me wrestle. Jim Viscardi's going right back to jail because he said he might be busy. He might not.
Where is that being held?
I don't know off the top of my head. I got to look at it. It's a couple blocks from the convention center. They were able to find a venue like 3 weeks ago that wasn't booked. And it's actually a really cool looking venue.
That just tells you the kind of San Diego it's going to be then.
Yeah, it's Circle 6. Let me see.
Oh man, are you wrestling at Petco Field or whatever it's called?
Not yet.
That would be fun.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, no, I mean, like, look, here's here's what
Wicked West is what it's called. Wicked West.
Oh, okay. Here's what a lackluster Hall H also means. The hall is going to be way more crowded. So if you're looking to
exhibit hall,
if you're looking to get some exclusives, toy exclusives, good luck. Because now way more people are now going to be waiting in line for them because they don't have to wait online for Hall H.
All right, so this is where it is. Look, right, wait. Where's the? It's if you're walking out of the convention center and the baseball stadium's on your right.
Right.
It's like 5 blocks down that way. Like you'll know what I mean. Like there's.
Oh yeah, okay.
That would be the convention center. That's the baseball stadium. That's my wrestling match.
Right.
But then you have like the thing is I know all my friends are going to want to go to the IGN party, which makes sense. They always throw a hell of a party, and I don't want to be like, hey guys, can you skip the party? I RSVP to it too. I'm hoping to go as soon as my match is over. The IGN staff, like they're great.
When
Jeffrey Vega, Jim Vejvoda,
good people over there.
Good people.
Man, I tell you what, I'm actually excited.
There's also the Thrilljoy party that night.
I can't wait to see the All-American Rejects at the fandom party.
Oh, that's Thursday.
That's right.
I RSVP to that too.
Man, I am not hating on San Diego this year. It is I need a crappy media San Diego Comic-Con, Russ, because that means more people
Image Comics headlines
will show up for my stuff.
Oh wow.
So
shout out to Russ. What's up, dude?
We love that man.
Oh man. Well, Jim, how you've been at Image for over a year now.
Just over a year. And my office is there are more comics in my office than there ever have been ever.
Wow. I remember when that office was like a unorganized dungeon.
It still kind of is. But no, but like that said, I think we're gonna there actually are like a lot of really good exclusives at the show this year. Not necessarily from the toy standpoint, although Mattel always brings really good exclusives, and the Hot Wheels ones are always the ones I usually go for. I don't know why, but like they are just really cool. Like I keep one of them like right here. Like my favorite one is the Knight Rider Hot Wheel. I got Kit.
Oh, okay, big time.
Okay,
sweet. Okay, that's cool.
And then
But do you have one of these?
They do some. Yeah, I saw you show that one off.
I haven't gotten a lot of San Diego Comic-Con exclusives, but I have a few that I bought. I have like a Lego set, the Age of Ultron Lego. It's like one of those small ones. It's right behind me on the shelf over there. I always wish I would have bought a 2014 San Diego Comic-Con like shirt or hoodie, but I was so broke when I went in 2014 that
that's the year you slept on the floor.
Slept on the sidewalk for Hall H, baby. But all right, Jim, I got my next friendo popping in.
Who is
it? You'll have to just keep watching to find out.
This is bullshit.
Sorry, if he takes a picture with you, he has to take a picture with everyone.
I love you, Chris. Have fun.
It's not Chris.
Oh, whatever.
No, it's not Chris.
Okay.
All right, Jim. But I'll see
Right, you'll be
you. Well,
good.
I'll see you in San Diego in like a
I'll
week
see
and a
you
half.
in San Diego.
And I owe you an email in the morning.
I mean, you should have given me the email before, but whatever.
Sorry, I'm doing a 2-hour live stream. I had to get ready for. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh, boo-hoo. Okay, whatever.
All right. All right. Later, dude. All right, chat. Get your welcomes ready. Type them now. Type them now. Get the welcomes ready because right now we got a legend. Featured in Toronto.com, the host of the movie podcast. Please welcome Daniel Baptista to the stream. What's up, dude?
Hey, man. How's it going?
So is it pronounced Baptista?
Baptiste is good. Yeah, you
Okay.
could, when my family came here from Portugal, they added a P to it. Otherwise, it would be just Batista. But you know how it goes when you're coming in somewhere, you know?
If it was just Batista, it would have been spelled just like the animal in WWE, Dave Batista.
I know. All the time.
I'm sure
growing
people
up,
have made that comparison for you.
Yeah, all the time growing up, like, yeah, he's my cousin. He's my uncle. No big deal.
Yeah, there you go. You have the same tattoos.
Yeah, it's all covered. That's why I'm covered right now. We don't want anyone to see it.
I dig the hoodie. I have that same hoodie.
It's a good hoodie. I try not to wear it too often because I'm like, I just want this to last forever. It's so nice.
Yeah, dude. I wear it sparingly because I don't want to have to put it in the wash too often. If I'm honest.
Yeah, or stain it because
Yeah,
right.
Dude, so I want to shout out the movie podcast first, which you guys do and what you've created. Like I mentioned the Toronto.com feature, which must be pretty cool for you guys. But the movie podcast is awesome. I mean, it just started as you guys loving movies, talking about movies, and now you're kind of traveling the world talking about movies. Can you give to anybody on the show right now who might not be familiar with it? What do you got? How to get started?
I will 100% tell you. I just want to first thank you for giving me a spot and appreciate you making me follow like Frankie, Maude, and Jim. First of all, like that's just imposter syndrome galore over here.
Please, dude, you guys are also like not only do you guys do great work, but I only would invite people on here who I really enjoy seeing and who have because I feel like the best part of what we do when we go to these junkets and stuff is getting to see each other and hang out. And for the most part, just about everybody, and there are a couple exceptions, but just about everybody is really, really friendly and nice. And we have things in common because we all love movies. So I was like, dude, I want to get Daniel in here and see if he wants to come chat. But anyway, sorry, I totally stole your
No, you did not. No, that was perfect. And I feel the same way. I think, getting started, I never thought that we'd be at a point where, we're traveling and we're sitting in rooms with people that we absolutely adore and love and grew up watching. So it's one of those out of body moments. And again, it's one of those things that you never take for granted when it happens, right? Because you're just again, we get to do this every day. And if it's something that I'm working 24 hours a day, I mean, this is still better than, my worst day doing the movie podcast is still better than my best day doing anything else. So I have to,
hell yeah,
blessed to do it. But
what I always say is it's not hard work. It's just a lot of work. We're very lucky to do what we do, but my goodness, the hours it takes to do these kind of things, it is pretty endless. But also then you're as soon as you want to complain, you're now hold on. Should I complain?
No.
Did you do interviews for Superman?
We did. Yeah, we did. We spoke with some of the Daily Planet folks. So we spoke to Skylar, Wendell, and Michaela. So we did some interviews with them. They were really cool. And I think I wish we got more of them in the movie because they were so fun. And I'm like, maybe one day we'll get a series or a spinoff of some sort with them. But yeah, again, I was just clamoring to do whatever we could with Superman. I'm diehard for this character. So just the fact that we were able to do that and, see it's, getting to see it at the earlier screening was just a dream come true, because I feel like I've been waiting forever to see this version of this character.
Yeah, I thought I saw that you guys did interviews, and then I was like, wait a second. I scrolled through the reels, and it was all photos, but you guys do a better job editing your reels and your videos than I do. I just throw it up there.
You're too kind.
You guys crush it, man. But okay, so you got to go do interviews. You got to see the movie early. This is a very, we're talking about a lot of things, but we are, of course, talking about Superman. What'd you think, man?
I loved it. I've seen it 3 times now. I think the common theme with everyone who I've spoken to who's watched it and loved it is obviously it's not a perfect movie, but I think it is such a interesting entry point for what this DCU is going to be. You're going into this movie. Okay, he's established. He is Superman. Lois knows who he is already, and it's little moments like that where I'm like, oh, I think the Smallville fan in me, or the OG Superman fans, you want to see those kind of crucial moments of like,
Mhm.
showing Lois and things like that. But also I'm okay with this direction because again, we know like I have those moments still, right? I'm always going to have those moments from before. And I'm sure, down the road, maybe we will see, flashbacks, whether it's in a film or an animated series or whatever James Gunn has planned for this world. But I just think it's such a incredible entry point into this universe to really go anywhere. Right.
Yeah.
And that's what's so interesting is that in this DCU, more than what I felt before what we've got the last 15 years, I'm like, anything is possible in here. When I was watching, my lead up to Superman, watching Man of Steel, again, a movie that has so many things that I love in it. It was like back then I remember us just grasping at like any type of like connection to the grander DC universe. And I'm like, oh my God, the satellite says Wayne Industries on it. And it's like,
I remember that, dude.
like we had to live with that for so long. We had to like, oh, maybe they're in the same world together. And now it's just like, no, like these characters exist in this world. We know that there's going to be a Batman. He's going to meet Batman one day and Wonder Woman and all these characters. So yeah, I'm just happy, like the third on my third watch of this film, I saw it in 40X with my girlfriend. And if you ever want to feel like your body's going to get thrown out of a movie theater seat, go watch it in 40X.
Yo, 40X. I made the mistake of watching Top Gun Maverick in 40X for my first time watching it. I feel like I was robbed of the like full because I loved the movie, but I was like, I feel like I didn't love it as much as everyone else because I was so like I looked like Dr. Evil I asked for a freaking rotating the power of Christ compels like bro.
Yeah.
40X is crazy.
Wilds. It's a wild experience and Superman especially because James has such like again, you feel every camera movement. So when you're flying with Superman, I literally was just like, it's insane. It's an insane
I can't imagine feeling the camera movement in 40X because I don't think people are talking about that. We're so focused on the comics and we're so focused on is this better than Man of Steel? Fuck this and that.
Yeah.
What he like think about the scene with Lex Luthor with that like Russian roulette scene. The way he's moving the camera between people and locking you in. I imagine in 40X your fucking popcorn's flying out of your hands. But I thought
it's a jump scare, right? That moment, like when that first Russian roulette scene goes and he pulls the trigger, the way the camera moves is just like it startles you because it's like no sound goes off, but it's such a scary shot. I'm like, oh, that's a really
my
scene in this
God.
movie.
I heard there were alternate versions of that scene too that were even scarier. But I think they decided on a version. I've heard from several people, but I think they had to keep this one family friendly. But it still was dark. Like it still was a dark moment that really pulled you into the darkness. What's a because how long have you been doing junkets for now?
We've been doing junkets. My very first junket was in 2022. It was for Rings of Power. And that was in LA. So that was
what a start. My God.
Yeah. And it was like, we did 3 interviews that day and it took like 6.5 hours
with 100 cast members.
With 100 cast members. And I just thought, because again, I was only doing virtual stuff up to that point, and it was just a lot more, again, we were coming out of the pandemic. So things were a lot slower and a lot more just off the cuff. Hey, can you just jump on Zoom to talk to this person? But that junket, I remember taking like 6.5 hours, and I was just like, this just must be how it always is. And then doing so many more afterwards, like, no, that's not how it normally is. But I've been lucky to meet people like you, obviously, bumping into you all the time, and I'm sure we're going to see each other hopefully in the next couple of weeks too.
I think I might see you in LA this weekend.
Am I going to LA this weekend?
I don't know. Are you?
I'm not.
I don't even know if I'm going yet. I'm just fingers crossing it.
I'm probably riding a computer this weekend, but hopefully being part of some of the stuff that you're talking about. Though,
yeah. I actually, I didn't even know that was an option. I hope I get to do in-person stuff.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Always prefer that.
Yeah, it just performs better too. Like when you make social clips, like the in-person stuff, it performs better in my experience. And there are exceptions to that, but I think it's easier to connect with somebody. It's easier to like edit those. I prefer that. But all right, so my reason I asked 2022, I every now and especially now that I'm not working at the site, doing this independently, I don't get every junket. I get most of the ones I want to do. I'm very fortunate to get opportunities to at least do something with it. But I still like when I was at the site, it was pretty much like, hey, you want a junket? Here you go. You want a spot? What do you want to do? They would come to us, and I'm sure they still do go to that site. But for me, it's like having me a little bit pushier. I'm not wanting to miss. There's some that I've missed. Since you started in 2022, has there been a junket that you really wanted to do that you wish you got to do, but you just had to watch because I'm experiencing that more and more often now.
Yeah.
Like F1 was one just now that I was like, oh, I wish I did the F1 junket.
The F1 junket was hard too because I was in New York City as it was happening, because we were there doing stuff for Squid Game, and I'm like, literally, it was like right across. We're like, oh my god, Brad Pitt is like literally in Times Square right now. We're at the Apple Store there. Honestly, we did for Superman. Like Superman is one that, again, I'm lucky that I got to participate like virtually for it. But seeing that setup, seeing that every time you flash that Daily Planet newspaper, dude, and the Funko, I'm just like,
I got to figure out how to
damn.
give this away. I haven't figured it out yet, but before the stream's over, somebody who's watching is getting a Daily Planet.
Yeah,
I have another. I'll mail
bunch
you
of,
one, dude. I got a couple. I can mail you one.
I mean, I don't want to.
If you don't have one and you want one, dude, you came on here and hopped on to
That's
talk.
kind of you, man. That's kind of you. But
again, I'll bring it people out there entering. Yeah, next time we know we're gonna see each other, I'll bring one. I'll bring it with me. And
that's kind of you, dude.
Yeah, dude, of course.
But yeah, the Superman one was crazy. Just seeing the setup that they did for that, and I think Warner Brothers always kind of goes all out for their junkets. But again, but it also, at the end of the day, it's like, I'm not complaining. Like I'm blessed to be able to do what we're doing and still cover the film in the way that we did. So I was just so happy, truly watching everyone's interviews and seeing your interviews coming out from it, and our mutual friend like Chenise, just seeing her go.
She's next. She's coming on next.
There you go. Like I knew I'm like, Chenise is out there in the world somewhere, and we're gonna be connected that way. But
does anybody have better energy than Chenise?
She's one of these people that she literally messaged me the day of the Superman premiere, and she's like, can you get here? If I was able to get you a ticket for the premiere, can you get here? I'm like, it's a little bit of it's Toronto to LA. It's by the time I get there, I'll be the credits of the film. But I appreciate you trying to make it work for me. Again, such a selfless and positive person, and to see her love, obviously for this character, but for everything that she does is amazing. She's one of the best.
Just actually, yeah, she is genuinely the best. Well, dude, I'm gonna let you hop off here. I really appreciate you coming. I think I'm gonna make this a more regular thing so we can have like longer conversations, because
100%, dude.
Like it's genuinely fun to just talk to you, because we always have so many fun conversations like at events. But I would love to have you on just to come chat and everything, and just 100%, chop it up sometime, dude. And keep killing. Everybody go follow the movie podcast. It's on every major podcast platform. It's on every social channel. There's great clips of you guys doing interviews and clips from the podcast and stuff. Highly recommend giving it a follow. Anything else you want to shout out to everybody?
Yeah, I'm lucky to do the show with Anthony and Shabazz, who are just like the absolute best co-hosts that I could ask for. But yeah, check us out. We have a lot of fun stuff coming up. Comic-Con's coming up, Fantastic Four's coming up. So lots to look forward to in the world of movies. So we'll have lots to talk about. Oh yeah, man. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you out there. And thanks, man. Thanks for hanging. Thanks, brother. Talk soon. Yeah, brother. You can close the tab. It'll take you out. All right, everybody. Bye. Daniel's in the chat. I think I cut him off in the middle of his goodbye. Hold on. I gotta get the one graphic pulled up here real quick. And then we got our next. I actually lied. Chenise is second on deck here with the friends who are hopping in, and Chenise is like the best energy ever. I mean, like literally nobody's got a better energy when you run into them at an event. But first, there's somebody I want to introduce you guys to, which I'm very excited for. I think for a lot of people, this is just genuinely an introduction, but you should be familiar with him and his work. And if you're not, you will be. And I'm not talking into the mic. I'm kind of next to it, so I don't know if you can hear this. But let me get this. I'm kind of also doing this all as I go. So thank you for bearing with me. Let's get this up here. All right. Please welcome everybody. I want to see welcomes in the chat. I made the graphic based on what you wrote as your name on the StreamYard channel, my friend. I hope that works. From DC Film News, my friend Alex Lobo.
What's up, man?
What's up, dude? Dude, thanks for coming to hang. I want to give a shout out real quick to everybody. If you follow DC Film News, you have seen a lot of Alex's work. He has been a one-man news coverage, promotion, like unpaid, doing it himself. I mean, hopefully you're monetizing and making money, obviously. but not like
Dave,
you're
I
not
thought
like
I was being paid by the studio, according to a lot of internet rumors over the
all
past
of
few
us, of
years.
course. Yeah,
I know.
if you
Crazy.
like Superman, your check it's still in the mail, I guess. But everybody, welcome. I love DC Film News, says Troy. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
The face behind DC Film News. Alex also, I'll let you guys know. Alex is the legend who makes the thumbnails on the channel here. That's how we connected. I had already been following DC Film News, I'm pretty sure, but then we
so.
connected via email. Yeah, dude, what you've done with DC Film News has been unbelievable. I mean, it's like around the clock. You are on top of everything.
Dude, don't even ask how I've been able to do it. It was supposed to be like a small hobby. It was supposed to end after The Flash, because we originally were Flash Film News on top of the other film news channels that we had as well. But I don't know. It's just like, the enthusiasm with the fans that we've created. And I just wanted to keep on going from it.
Well, it's
So it's
also like
honestly, it's like, I blame them for this, like, this torture that I've been going through every day, but I fucking love it.
dude, it's a good problem to have. I'll say that because it's I always say it's not hard work. It's just a lot of work. Sometimes it feels like hard work, but
Exactly.
because of how much it is. But this is DC Film News right here, the Twitter account, also on Instagram. But I mean, Alex, you also make all the images on this page, right?
Yeah, pretty
This
much.
is you. Like this is you right here talking about like it's just I don't know the images I saw. I
Yeah.
think I'm a big believer
Yeah,
that
those images lately of just like the double comic spread that I like to call that was by accident how the inspiration came about. 'Cause I do have some people who work on the channel with me on the side. It's turned into a group chat as of late, but I think it was one day when we're trying to find our new visual voice for the channel. Because the thing is, you have like discussing film, Culture Grave, they create amazing graphics, and I didn't want to
Yep.
be the same. So I think it
Smart.
was no, I think it was Vanity Fair. They showcased a photo of Megalopolis of a first look, and it did as a split photo of one film cell.
Mhm.
And right there, I was like, "That's it. We're
Dude,
just
and
gonna focus on that." And also, it helps with the Twitter algorithm
it
because
does.
they give you more of a boost with two photos instead of one.
I
So
think for whatever reason, our minds just make us engage more when we see these these two photo spreads. I don't know what it is, but it definitely. But look at this:
yeah.
400,000 impressions, 230,000 impressions, 35. Like you've got to be reaching millions of people a month on Twitter alone. I mean, you're doing great work, dude.
It's insane. It's just, again, I'm just a fan, just throwing things out there, and apparently people like it.
All right. So, as a
I
fan
don't know what
throwing
to
things
say.
out there, let me ask you this: when did you get to see Superman for the first time?
I saw it on the premiere on the 7th.
Nice. So how'd you feel walking out of the theater after building this account and being so close to the movie? How'd you feel after watching it for the first time?
Exhausted. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't sleep for the past few days, but no, I was excited, and I had a huge burst of energy coming out of the film. Talking to the critics I was watching it with was my first true press screening, so it was a great experience going through that. And then just talking to some of the fans, especially those that didn't know this movie existed. They somehow just got
That always
tickets that
surprises me.
day. Some of them assumed that it was Cavill that was going to be back, and they weren't disappointed from what they saw because they loved the new Superman.
Yeah, it's interesting because like I did a bit with James Gunn that we played on OVW where I wrestle, and I remember walking out in the crowd the next week because we did that video one week because I was in LA for Superman. I went back the next week and
Mhm.
wrestled him. I talked to the people in the crowd after, and they were like, "They're doing another Superman." And I was like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
and to me, I'm like, oh, cool. That's probably of even more value because we live in this bubble. Like our algorithm shows us all the people who know, the movies and follow all the news so closely. And then I step into the wrestling world, which I love doing, but it's an audience that consumes a very different. Some of them are big comic book fans. There is overlap, but some of
Mhm.
them are not as in the trenches as us. And I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, man. So what are your hopes and dreams for DC Film News? Is there like a best case scenario for that?
Tasty scenario: either get hired by DC, or we grow into our own type of outlet, which we're already started doing with opening up a Nexus Point News. That's something that we helped cultivate
Yeah.
and bring about.
I would be interested to see if like a DC Studios, social media account ever pops up, because I feel like there's nobody on social media that I'm
Yeah.
seeing that would be a better fit to
I would
operate
hope.
that.
I would hope so. We've been called the unofficial marketing arm of DC since 2021.
I love how in the bio you have to say no affiliation to WB, because people probably do think you're like an official Warner
Do you know how
Brothers.
many emails I have gotten for just to do auditions? Or my favorite was when I was covering Batgirl. I had the BBC email me asking when they could go on set and meet the directors. And
Oh
I'm like,
shit!
I'm not affiliated. It's right there under the header.
Hey, a
Not
worse
affiliated
person
with
would
it.
have been like,
However, I do
yeah.
have the contact, so here's this person.
"Oh, that's nice of you." A worse person would have just been like, "Yeah, send me $1,000 and I'll make it happen," and then just ghost them. Don't do that, anybody.
Please don't.
Don't do that.
No.
But fortunately, they got in touch with you, and you have a genuine love of this stuff, dude. Alex, thank you for popping in. Thank you for your great work. I mean, you keep me informed. When I plan Phase Hero, I go through a few news accounts, and DC Film News is always the first one I go through to make sure I'm not missing anything.
Dude, I appreciate it, man.
Topic. But you're doing great work, dude, and I think you deserve all
You too,
the
as well,
flowers.
man. Just going solo, like, dude, the amount of work I never. Like, some of you guys don't really know, like, some of the behind the scenes with Brandon. This guy is a damn freaking workhorse. Like, I've helped him out on the side on a few things. It's like, it's hard just to get his attention. Like, now we know. Now we know, but
Sometimes I'm slow
it's
to
not.
respond to emails,
It's
that's for
not
sure.
just a sheer, like, I'm ignoring or anything. Like, no, this guy's either back at home or he's like, across the country doing a junket somewhere, and then he's somewhere else at the next day. It's kind of hard to get him, but surprisingly, you're doing great.
Dude, a lot of my friends are like, "Why don't you text me back?" And I'm like, "I'm so sorry. I just got off a plane and I'm getting on another one, or I'm home for like 4 hours and I just sat down." But dude, I'm trying to get better at answering emails in a timely fashion.
You've been.
I want, in that vein, I got to shout you out, because sometimes I literally will, like, Wednesday morning, remember I need to tell you what the topics are for Phase Hero, and you still crank out these really incredible thumbnails for Phase Hero, and they make the show look so much more professional than it is. So thank you for that.
Exactly. You're welcome, man. I appreciate it.
All right, bro. Hey, man. Well, I will get in touch with you. We're gonna do Phase Hero. Actually, I don't even know when we're doing Phase Hero Wednesday, because I just found out a few hours ago I'm going to New York tomorrow and flying home Wednesday. So that's just
This is what I'm talking about. Like, it's very hard to work with this guy, but he's freaking lovable.
But hey, man, your flexibility and your skill set you're the man, dude. And I can't wait to see you keep crushing the DC Film News, and I'm gonna support it everywhere I can.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
All
Have
right,
a good
bro.
one.
Thanks, man. Talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon.
Later. All right, guys. That guy is a legend. All right, this is the person I've been very much looking forward to having on the stream. Just joining. PD stands for Busy Dude, Stamina MC. I better hear the loudest all caps welcomes in the chat for this next one. From Access Hollywood, an absolute legend at Superwoman Fly across social media. Please welcome Chenise Cole.
What's going on? Or better yet, what does he say? What's the skinny? What's the skinny, Mr. Terrific?
Did you just do like the EO Sky? Yeah, oh my god, I don't even know if you meant to. But let me tell you guys something. Chenise is genuinely one of the kindest, best, and like #1 hype man in the world, but it is such a genuine level of kindness and enthusiasm and fun and passion for this stuff that I've watched so many of your interviews. I've seen you at so many events, and every single time it's just like, oh my god, the day is better because we got to see Chenise.
Oh, wow, that means a lot. And you know what, guys? He is one of my inspirations, especially when it comes to interviewing. It's crazy. I think I might have told you this, but like when I first started like interviewing people, I was like, oh, everyone's saying hi. Hey, y'all. Oh my gosh. Hey, we're live.
That's right. We are live.
Yes, when I was like getting myself together to interview, I was like, what is my thing? Because I love cosplaying and stuff. And, you know, I was working at E! News prior to Access Hollywood, and everything that I am today or have been, they were hating on me. And so it wasn't until I came across your stuff and you know, I saw something consistent, your enthusiasm, and then you had the comic book thing every time you ended your interviews. And I was like, you know what, that's his thing, and my thing is the cosplay. So I'm gonna incorporate it anytime that I can. And you know, that's been my thing. But I look up to you in so many ways, and so to be your friend, it's an honor.
Oh my God, you're you know what I want to say on that front is that one of the reasons when I left the site and started, honestly, before I left the site and everything went down, whether I left or they pushed, whatever you want to call it, I'm not even sure how you describe it. I just noticed that in media, in major digital media outlets, and especially on TV, and I've noticed this, especially for like E! and stuff, and this is no shade to them, it's just different goals. They really don't, it is not a interviewer centric performance you're doing. Basically, it's all about, and that's what my job was at the site. And I always kind of felt like, I would love to be able to put a little bit more of myself in there. And sometimes I'd get feedback like, hey, stop talking so much, like stop making this about you. And doing this myself, like it's still like our job is to talk about the people we're talking to and give them a safe space to talk about the things they're working on. But at the same time, I want to share my passion for those things. I want to be myself and get a moment, you know, so people online can connect with me and, you know, have a reason to come back. And that's one thing you do. You are so good at just disarming people immediately with such a genuine enthusiasm. Anyway, we are going to end up. We can't just. Oh, I pulled something up here. You mentioned the cosplay. This was the Superman junket. This was the Superman junket. You did interviews in this? Let's go. I love it. I love it.
And you want to know what's crazy? When I first got it, like I got it before I even knew that I was going to get assigned. And when I tried it on, it did not zip. Like it didn't zip in the back. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to have to pin it or something, or, you know, the cape just has to be connected to my behind. And then the day before, because I was like, you know, in my head, should I cosplay or not? And then I saw your post. So thank you for posting in real time, Brandon. But when I saw your post, I said, oh my God, I need to wear the suit at the junket. And by the grace of God, when I put it on, it zipped all the way. And I was like, oh, I must have lost weight within 2 weeks or something. So
oh, I'm so glad you wore it. I mean, first of all, the Fortress of Solitude thing they built was like the pic. Yes. I love Melanie. The pictures you got out of this, I'm so glad you did it. And I'm sure. So when you go to sit down with the cast and you're dressed in the Superman gear, first of all, are you nervous? And second of all, how quickly does the cast reaction, because I'm sure they were all so happy to see it, put you at ease and get you back right in the flow?
Honestly, like I felt the most comfortable when I cosplay. I feel the most comfortable, which is crazy. And you know, I was strapping my stuff with the suit on, like the cape was flowing and everything. And when I went into the first interview I had was with David and Rachel, because Lex, like he was in New York, Nicholas was in New York. And they were just like, oh my gosh, we love this suit. Where did you get it? Because they have like Ruby's costumes and stuff, but it's not that legit. It's not. And I said, I got this from China months ago. and then when I did the other the Justice Gang, when I started to walk in, they all sang the da 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 da. I said, oh my gosh.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yes.
Wait, and you have a Superman tattoo?
I do. I don't know how. I mean,
I don't know how you would show it. I can pull it up. I can actually pull it up.
Right here.
I don't know how you would. Here,
but yeah, and you know, because I mean, with you too, it's like when we do these interviews and go to these junkets, they have interviewed with tons of other people, and so it's up to us to really get their energy up. And I noticed, like when I watch your interviews and a couple others, and even with mine, their energy is on a different level, and that's important. You don't want them to be like, yeah, da, 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 da. Like it really is important for us how we step in and how we set the tone for these interviews.
You know what I've done a couple times before interviews, and I'd stopped because it started making me literally sweat. I would drink C4 pre-workout so that I would just go in and be like, let's talk about the movie, because I want them to match the energy. And then I would never get that animated, but I would literally C4 gets your blood your heart pumping so fast. It's literally intended before you go lift weights. But I would always try to bring that energy up. And I feel like to this day, trying to figure out how to read the room and keep the energy where it needs to be to get a good clip. But yeah, you do such a good job. I do a good job. I got to say, for the first time, I got interviewed by you at the Superman premiere, and I got to experience what it's like to match that energy. You're so good at it.
But you deserve to be interviewed because honestly, I see you as a talent. You know, you have a lot going for you. You are like, your name holds weight. BD, Brandon Davis, the main event. You know, you got to act like you're a celebrity because you are.
Your check is in the mail. You're a paid Brandon Davis shill. That's what somebody will say. No, yeah. I don't know how to react. I don't know. It's a strange, I don't know. I'm very not used to trying to be the product in a sense and wrestling. And for the first time with some of these things, like I'm trying to, get people attached and invested and connected with me and my channels and connect back. That's why I'm doing the stream, is to connect people and also get people introduced to my friends and stuff. Also, okay, so hold on. My next guest is here, but you've been all over the place. You've been to Dallas and Nashville and like Kentucky, going to Superman museums and exhibits. Yeah. What's been your favorite part of this whole ride with the Superman release?
Honestly, just being a part of it from start to finish, because we were at the teaser event and that was in November, and we were the first people to see the trailer. Yeah. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yes.
That was so cool.
Yes. And we were all like emotional and stuff. And so to see it and be a part of it from start to finish, like that means the world, because we're so passionate. And I love how well this film is being received and that's making so much money. And the fact that people are wanting to see it again and again shows you how much that film meant to us and how much heart it has. And it really just reminded me of why I fell in love with Superman in the first place. The kindness, giving us hope, the fact that he has all these superpowers and he wants to use it for good. Like, it made us feel like we could do anything, and it's what the world needed right now. That's why people are still talking about it. That's why we're talking about it right now.
I think you're completely right. I do. I think you're completely right. It's
yes. But being a part of it from start to finish, and then also the icing on the cake was with my friends as well, including you. So,
there's you and David, Superman, the
and
trailer.
You took that photo. You took that photo, so thank you.
This one?
You took the photo of me and David.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, yeah.
Because I was nervous.
No, that was and he was such a nice guy the whole time. Yes. But yeah, everybody, if you're not following Superwoman Fly, highly recommend. It's a great energy on that channel, and it's always a good time.
Yeah,
Chenise, I might see you this weekend, right?
Possibly. We're going blue, baby blue.
Oh, fantastic places. Fantastic places. We went to Big Blue, now we're going to Baby Blue.
Exactly. Right. And I love the chain. Like, I get chills when you wear the chain. Ooh.
I actually ordered this off Amazon and I was like, maybe I'll just return it or something. And now I'm like, no.
Nope.
No. The chain stays. The chain stays on.
Yes, the chain stays on and it will break necks. Like breaking necks. So wear it at Comic-Con too.
It's definitely going to Comic-Con. All right. Thank you for hanging, and I look forward to hopefully seeing you this weekend.
Yeah, I'll see you this weekend at Comic-Con.
All right, everybody, go. How can everybody find you?
Instagram, Superwoman Superfly, and I spelled it differently because I didn't want to be sued by Warner Brothers or anything. So,
wait, I think I forgot the second super. That's on me.
I like that you made this for everybody. That's really nice.
Let's try. I'm trying to put my friends over. They deserve it. You guys are amazing.
You are too. Thank you so much for everything.
All right. Well, I'll see you. Thank you. I'll see you in a week or so.
I'll see you soon.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
I am not blowing smoke when I say Chenise is genuinely like, when you go to an event, your day is going to get better when you run into her. She is like an unmatched level of energy that I wish I could keep up myself, honestly. All right. Next, we have somebody who's literally in Superman. This is a friend of mine. We've met a few times. We've been first, Uncle Marcus, thank you so much for the 5. The main character. That's right, baby. The main character is here to take the wrestling world by storm. But less about me, more about this person who's literally in Superman. You might know her as Seattle's Beauty. She does a lot of cosplay. She's an actress. She's absolutely crushing it. And she got to be in Superman in multiple moments, actually. I remember hearing that she was going to be in the movie. And then sometimes you're like, I filmed something. Is it going to make it into the movie? Newsflash. Not only did she make it in the movie, she made it in the trailer. And then she got a close-up. Please welcome, big welcomes in the chat, everybody. My friend Sarah Dean. Sarah, what's up?
Good.
How are you feeling having survived the attacks in Metropolis?
Good. I mean, I'm saved from, David and stuff, but yeah.
I wanna hear about this experience because I'm actually gonna pull it up. I'm pulling up your Instagram to show
Okay.
everybody. I can't show that one because I think YouTube would kill me. Because you filmed your reaction to seeing yourself in the movie, which I would have absolutely done too. I think that is one of my favorite things I've ever seen you post. That is so
Aw.
cool.
I did that with my mom. Like
Oh,
actually,
come
so
on.
so I actually will like post it again with the sound with my mom because my mom was next to me and she was like, "Oh my god, baby, it's you!" And it's just like, yeah, and I was like, "Oh my god."
That's amazing. Okay, here we go. I got it. Okay, so this is you literally on the set. This is no big deal. Just Sarah and James hanging on the set of Superman. If this whole outfit and face and everything looks familiar, it's
Mhm.
because. Were you crying, by the way, in this movie?
Yeah.
Did you
So
get a tear?
no. So it's really funny. Okay, I'll just tell you the story from how
Please.
that happened.
Yeah, that was my
So
next question.
okay, so how I got my like close-up scene, I was just off to the side, just chilling. It was like during the whole scene where the Justice Gang like just came on in, and all of a sudden I hear Sarah Dean to the set, and I was like, oh, okay. And then James comes up to me and he does like this whole like director thing, like with with the hands, like Sarah, I'm
Yeah.
good. Close-up shot of you crying, and I was like, okay, sure. He's like, so I'm gonna send you the cry guy. I was like, no, James, I will actually cry on cue. And he's like, you can really cry on cue? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, no worries. He's like, it was so funny. And then like a few minutes later, the cry guy like came with, he's like, do you need spritz? Do you need eye drops? I was like, no, I'm good. I'm ready. And then literally like they put the camera in my face and then it was like, all right, and action. Tears were just coming down my face. But I was also like really excited too. So I was kind of happy tears, but I had to be like sad. I was crying for 7 minutes.
Did you know what you were crying? Like, did you know why you were crying in the scene?
It was so I had to find a building to look at because there was nothing there. It was just that we had a blue screen for where the monster was laying. And so I had to like look up um in the distance where that like camera or the jumbotron where like the video of him was like happening. I had to pretend to look up the building and just start crying and stuff, and the scene was longer because it was interesting. He told me to just keep going and then pretend to have a panic attack. So I was like, okay, past trauma in me, just pretend you're having a panic attack, just like the heavy breathing and stuff. And then he told me to like Sarah, like look up angry and then stare at Superman. So I was like, okay, so I'm staring at David. But then in the movie, it was switched of him staring at me. So I was like, okay, that's completely different.
Wow, that's movie magic. It was quite.
Mm.
That's pretty damn cool. So you just had no idea you were gonna get a whole close up crying, and then on the day they were like,
No.
that's pretty damn cool. Wow, congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I actually, so story time, I auditioned to be an extra. And I got to be an extra in Cleveland out of like over apparently 3,000 people who auditioned, and they only accepted like 300 people to be on set for Superman in Cleveland. And I was like, okay, cool. The casting director did not know I worked with James Gunn before. So when she found out that like James got excited to see me, she was like, oh my God, like we just loved your look and everything. I was like, okay. And then when James found out I was on set, and it was actually when we were filming the Daily Planet, he was like, "Oh my God, Sarah, like, how's it going?" And people from Guardians remembered me, and just was like really like awesome feeling just to see everyone again because it was so fun working for them for 5 months. And then 10 minutes later, James was like, Sarah, I want you to be in the scene. So I'm gonna have David go in and then you come out of the Daily Planet. And that was my first day on set. And
No big
just
deal.
was like, I was like, okay, sure. And so apparently I was David's cue for going in. So I was like, okay, cool. Like, I'm ready. So
Casual, no big
mhm.
deal. That's amazing. I'm happy for you. Well, I
Thank
mean,
you.
and who knows? That's kind of how it starts. Like, I mean, if James, James seems to love working with people he loves working with, and clearly, the crying on command moment is that's a pretty big moment. You delivered pretty quickly, and I was watching the movie and I looked like Leo in that meme where I was like, ep, ep, I saw you, and I didn't know that. I knew you were walking on Daily Planet. I didn't know you were getting a close up shot later, and I was like, oh shit, she's gonna lose her because I saw a few days, I think. I got
You did.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I messaged you. I was like, "Yo, you got a close-up shot." I was also like, "Should I message her this or should I just not say it?" But I did want to say, like, I figured you'd get excited. I think I got to tell her. But so wait, what's your best case scenario? Are you trying is acting the goal?
Honestly, I think so. Because when I was a kid, I always loved like watching the Disney Channel and all that stuff. Actually, I was supposed to be on Shake It Up when I was 16 because I have a dance background, and they came to Seattle and I auditioned for it and I got it, but my mom didn't want to move to LA, so
Oh,
I had to miss that
hey,
opportunity. So I was like, okay.
LA's a lot. LA's a lot, so that's kind of fair.
True. But yeah, no, I went to school before the pandemic for animation and video game development. So I want to be an animator and artist for Disney or Pixar. But now I kind of slowly transition into like the content creation and
Mm-hmm.
acting. But I've been working on actually been wanting to do more acting. So I'm
Nice.
going to like talk to an acting coach online, and then I'm working on an acting reel. And then I have other friends who were nice enough to recommend me to their agencies because a lot of good agencies are taking only referrals. You can't just like submit
Oh, wow.
yourself. So right now I'm appreciating everyone like helping me because they do see like a lot of potential in me, which I'm like really
Oh, yeah.
thankful for that people like love that. So I was
Well, it's
like,
also you're
okay.
very good at just connecting with people. I mean, I see your social. You've developed a following. I mean, you clearly know at least a little bit of what you're doing. So I think you're off to a pretty good start. And you got to be in the first movie in the DC universe. So
It's so crazy being in MCU and then now DCU is like,
no big
yeah.
deal. No big deal. I'm not jealous. All right. Well, Sarah, thank you for hopping in.
Of
It's awesome
course.
talking to you. I'm so happy for you. I assume I'll hopefully see you. I don't know if I'll see you.
I will be at Fantastic Four
Let's
premiere. Yes.
go. See you there. And then are you going to San Diego?
No, unfortunately.
Oh, boo. I'm
Yeah.
not going anymore. I just canceled my trip, whatever.
But you'll
But,
meet my fiance, so
oh,
you
and
got
Fantastic
invited
Four?
too.
Hell yeah. Nice. Oh, I think we've met before, actually. I think,
Oh wait, yeah, sorry, Nashville Comic Con last year.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I was going to say, I think we met in, what is he dressed as Wolverine?
Yes.
Yeah. Hell
But
yeah. Well, I'm happy for you
he'll be
guys.
Reed Richards, not
Well,
Wolverine for this video.
naturally. You two are winning at life. I'm so happy for you guys, by the way. Like, who's living better? You guys are crushing it. I'm happy for you
Aw.
guys, and you're just checking all the like boxes of doing it right. So I'm happy for
Mhm.
you guys.
Thank you.
All right. How can everybody find you?
All of my socials are the same name at Cialis Beauty, YouTube, Facebook.
Perfect. All right, guys, go find Sarah. If you go watch Superman again, you will see. You're gonna be like, oh, that was her. Hell yeah. So then, when you have that moment, you have to already be following. That's the rule. All right,
Mhm.
Sarah. Well, it's good to see you. Congrats, and I'll see you in what, a week?
Yeah,
Let's go.
see you in a week.
All right. It's gonna be fantastic. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Of course. Thank you. All right. One more friend joining. Unless the Hail Mary joins. I shot the DM as a Hail Mary DM, but we'll see. But I have one of my best friends in the entire world, not just in the media industry, hopping into the stream. If you've watched the YouTube channel before, you're familiar with this guy. Please welcome to the show, my friend Joe.
Main character, how you doing, my friend?
Hey, everybody say welcome in the chat. Welcome, Joe. Welcome, Joe. Welcome, Joe. I'm good, dude. I'm better now that you're here.
Oh, you just dropped something. What's going on, Chad? How you guys doing? I'm sure that everybody's seen Superman, so we can kind of geek out about it. Man, I have so many. I was sitting back reading comic books this weekend, and there were so many fan theories that I feel like I have now about this movie.
Oh,
like
yeah.
we were sitting together in the premiere, and then I saw Wildcat and a mural in the Hall of Justice.
That Hall of Justice mural has a lot of characters, man. Wait, first, before we get to that, Joe is a host and producer at Screen Rant. He has interviewed literally everybody at this point. You told Peter Safran
after a few drinks, I did.
We were at the Aquaman 2 like reception, and you told Peter Saffron, man, if Superman's not good, I'm retiring.
I did tell him that. And luckily I don't have to retire. So Superman was great. And it's funny because I've seen it twice now, and I think I liked it better the second time around.
Same.
The pacing is so clean once you know what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah.
But man, I just saw this great. I don't know how much we're getting into spoilers, right? I'm assuming. What's going on, Brandon Moore? I love that guy. We get into spoilers at all?
Yeah, let me put a little. There we go.
Well, I just was watching this thing on our Crazy Stupid podcast, and they said something great, which it didn't connect with me.
Podcast called Crazy Stupid.
Crazy Stupid podcast.
I thought you were like
our Crazy Stupid podcast. Our Crazy Stupid podcast. But they made a great point that I never really paid attention to. That Superman's not a police officer; he's a firefighter. He doesn't really go into things trying to enforce the law. He's there just to save lives. Once they put that into perspective for me, bam, fucking light bulbs went off, man. But I love that movie. I love it so much.
Dude, I mean, I've seen it 3 times now. I was supposed to see it a 4th time tomorrow night with my mom. I'm going to New York. You're not going to New York, are you?
I'm going to Hawaii on Wednesday.
God dang it. Oh, you're not even doing Fantastic Four because you're going to fucking Hawaii.
Yes, sir. I'm going to be with Lobo.
I know. Tell Lobo to leak a photo.
Right?
Dude, I forgot what I was going to say about Superman because I was so pissed off that you're not going to be.
You're going to see it, or you were going to go see it with your mom?
Oh yeah, I was going to go see it for a 4th time with my mom. I've seen it 3 times, and each time I've enjoyed it more. And I've noticed little things. Like, I mean, Maude was on here earlier, and we were talking about the interview scene, and then how Clark walks out and Lois is upset, and like we kind of compared our takes on that, and they were so different. And there's so many Easter eggs in this movie. I mean, there's Lord Tech everywhere. There's Gotham City on a highway sign. There's so many things.
There's one that my friend pointed out to me, a little Easter egg that I didn't even pay attention to. So Otis's name in the movie is Otis Berg. For anybody that's a hardcore Superman fan from the original film with Christopher Reeve, Otis wanted a piece of land and he wanted to call it Otisburg. So I had no idea that his name in the movie was Otis Berg. I thought that was quite fun.
That's funny. Dude, the Daily Planet characters were hilarious. When Steve Lombard sat in the back of that thing, why don't I have a seat? I popped, dude. Popped.
The one thing, though, that I wanted more of, though, was David as Clark.
That's what we got that conversation with Maude as well. And the comment section was kind of, everybody watching was kind of in agreement.
Yeah, I feel like he is so charming as aloof, kind of like Clark Kent, that you kind of see in that All-Star Superman comic. I love seeing his version of Clark, and I would have liked to have seen him navigate the DCU a little bit more as a reporter. I think that would be a lot of fun. And I am curious to see if his Clark Kent shows up in other DCU projects as reporter Clark.
I do know the next project he's showing up in.
Do you?
I do.
I do know. Well, I'm not going to say. Never mind. There's something I know about one of the projects that it's getting changed. But I do know. I told you, if you remember, I did tell you.
I think I remember, but I won't say it here.
Yeah, it's we'll see how that goes. But I mean, I think this is such a strong start to the DCU. I love this movie.
Completely agree.
In the more and more I watch it too, like I feel like even with Hawk Girl, the way that she kind of just lets that dude go. I mean, this is we're getting like the JLU version of all these characters, but we're also getting this moral complexity on which sides these heroes kind of land on and where they're at. I was reading The Authority over the weekend, so I dove into The Engineer a little bit more and to see what those characters are up to. But The Authority is fascinating because I wasn't very familiar with those characters, but it feels as if they're using The Authority that I'm reading now, that they can like hop into different dimensions. So I wonder if that's a plot thread that they're going to follow down later down the line in the DCU.
Sorry, I was checking an email real quick. I just had somebody tell me I'm bad at answering emails on the show. And so I was like, hold on, I saw an email pop up. I hope it's not him. I got to reply. Wait, Superman is, I love Superman. It's not my favorite movie of the year.
Really?
But I don't say that as a slight at Superman. Superman is one of my favorite movies of the year.
What is your favorite movie of the year?
F1.
I haven't seen it yet.
Dude, Is Superman your favorite movie of the year so far?
So far. I love me some Superman. I really like Thunderbolts too. I'm not gonna lie.
I love my top 5 in no particular order: F1, Superman, Thunderbolts, Sinners, and 28 Years Later.
Sinners was fantastic. So was 28 Years Later. Sinners is right up there. But I love Superman. There's something about David Corenswet and James Gunn's creative vision for this character that I felt just nailed it. I felt like this was the version of Superman that I wanted. Anybody that watches My Adventures with Superman knows that like this is the Superman and Clark that I wanted to see. And I love the relationship between Clark and Lois. I think it's fantastic. Like you said, the people of Daily Planet, they really popped. I was really Jimmy. This is like I think our best version of Jimmy that we've really ever gotten. And look, Nicholas Hoult can do no wrong as Lex. I know Michael Rosenbaum still is my Lex, but I think that Nicholas Hoult did a fantastic job.
He was clearly having fun as Lex. Do you think?
Yeah.
Do you think Fantastic Four can be a better movie
than Superman?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like those movies are just so different. I feel.
It's almost a silly question but we obviously a lot of us are going to compare them, and then when we see Fantastic Four and we share our reaction, everybody on Twitter is going to say, "Is it better than Superman?"
That's such a hard comparison. I feel that like to compare the other Fantastic Four movies against themselves, I think that's a little bit easier. I do think it's going to be better than the past iterations of Fantastic Four, and I do think that Marvel after Thunderbolts is starting to hit a stride. So I'm excited to see what they do with Fantastic Four. And I love those characters. I love this cast, and I think it's going to be fantastic. No
do you
pun
think
intended.
it makes more money? Do you think it has a bigger opening weekend?
No, than Superman. I don't think so.
I don't know. It's tough.
I mean, look, at the end of the day now, too, it's so hard for films to make money in theaters. So this is just an achievement alone. Everything comes out so quickly on streaming. But I'm really happy that audience goers, not just fans, but audience goers really rallied around this film and went to go see it. This feels like the first real big summer movie of the year so far. And matter of fact, this feels like, well, I take that back. Jurassic World did fantastic as well.
Yeah, but like people aren't talking about Jurassic World. Like, people are seeing it and being like, oh, it wasn't that good. And it wasn't.
That's a general consensus, but I feel that like if you're into those type of dinosaur monster type movies, I think that there's something out there for you. I think Superman though just hits so different because it hits on the superhero level, the emotional level. I think it just it delivered everything that it was promised.
It's a very human story.
It's a very human story. That's a hard task to hit because there was so much promotion behind this movie. And I remember thinking, even going in when we saw it the very first time in the Warner Brothers lot, my biggest fear was how does a movie with this much hype live up to it? And that was something, as a big Superman fan, that was something I was concerned with. Mm-hmm. But then I sat there and we watched it. And then after that initial watch, granted, we didn't know what to expect. All we saw was the stuff that was in the trailer, but I thought it delivered. And then when I knew what I was getting, it's like going back for seconds and knowing exactly what your taste buds are kind of like in tune to. And I felt like that is exactly that slice of pie that was that Superman pie for me was perfect.
So what's your most anticipated for the rest of the year?
Fantastic Four. Now.
Yeah, same. I mean, Avatar looks cool. There's probably something I'm forgetting.
I forgot Avatar even came out this year.
Yeah, Avatar, December, man.
What else is coming out this year?
I'm sure there's got to be some things that I'm forgetting that, like October, November movies. I mean, Tron is this year. That'll be cool. Zootopia 2.
Oh, I will say, because I know we're both going to be out in San Diego in about
Wicked 2. Honestly, I'm not even blowing smoke.
Brother,
very excited for Wicked 2.
I was not a fan of Wicked 1. I'm not a musical guy. It took I watched like half of it on whatever it was streaming on, and I was like, bro, it just isn't for me. I understand. I'm happy that Wicked's doing well. Truth be told, I don't care what movie it is. I just want people to see movies in theaters because that way we still have jobs. But just go watch movies. But no, I'm happy that people really enjoyed Wicked. It might not be my cup of tea, but I'm happy.
I love that movie.
Wait,
right,
I was
Joe,
going to
I need
say,
your help.
Yeah,
I got to give this away.
I have some of those too.
I got to give this away. My thought was, it only ship to the US because unfortunately, if I ship outside the US, it becomes just an absolute, it's super expensive. And also, I don't know, maybe it's not okay to do that for whatever reason. But so I want to find a way to get US people to comment and enter basically to win. And then somehow we have to pick a winner.
Are you looking for a contest?
Yeah. Like how do we choose a winner?
let's do a Superman. Do we have a Superman trivia contest? We could do one off the top of our heads. What is Superman's middle name?
If you're in the what is Superman's middle name?
What is Clark Kent's middle name? You don't know Clark Kent's middle name?
Oh, I don't think I do.
I'm sure people in the chat know. I know it.
Oh, I did know that. I'm dumb.
That's
Yeah,
it.
Judo
I don't
guy.
know. You could figure out how to. Oh,
He's
see?
right.
Yeah, he's right. He got it right off the bat. We should do this. I feel like certain questions are going to be a little bit too easy. What color of kryptonite takes away Superman's powers completely?
Well, let them decide. There's a kryptonite that makes Superman mortal. What color is that? All right. My thought is, if you're in the U.S., first 10 people to drop a comment will be in the contest. Coy is here. Coy, what up, Coy?
I love
Coy from Real Rejects, host of the DC Studios Showcase. Frankie was on here earlier.
Oh, I love Frankie. I
On the
just met her at the after party.
Coy is so damn good on that show.
Oh man, his
Coy
comment
is very damn good everywhere, but I got to experience Coy on that show, and my goodness, he's very good at it.
Yeah, he's
Coy,
great.
Coy, I will. Coy wants to hop in. Let's get Coy in here.
Let's get Coy in here.
How do I gotta Coy. I'm gonna send you this via Instagram. Actually, I'll text it to you, and because I don't have your email, I don't think.
Brandon, are you a little surprised that DC isn't capitalizing on this and having a Hall H panel at San Diego?
Yeah, I'm super fucking surprised and disappointed in it.
Yeah, it's quite the move. I feel like you would assume this is like kind of what Deadpool did. What was it, last year or the year before? It's last year. The year
Deadpool
before?
did the Thursday night screening. I was thinking Fantastic Four would do that, but they're not.
You know, I'm a little surprised that Superman wouldn't do that. Just bring the whole cast back out and do a big thank you.
Yeah, it could have very easily been the con of Superman.
Yeah, give us a little trailer for Supergirl if it's ready
San
to go.
Diego. Coy, if you're still here, I texted you the StreamYard link. Maybe he's. I mean, I don't know how quick. Maybe I don't know how ready to go he was, but they should let Coy and Frankie go do something of their own over there. I mean, the two of them, yeah, they have a lot of good things to say. Can we talk about the positivity of Pedro's super fantastic posts? Yeah, I mean, I think Pedro posting the super fantastic thing is like also a smart way to try to cash in on the Superman hype. It's an authentic thing. Like, hey, we're not in contest. We're all fans of this stuff. And also, you guys saw that movie. Now come see ours.
Yeah, listen, like I said before, I'm a champion of anything that's going to do well at the box office. And next up is Fantastic Four. Is this Coy? Coy, what's going on, sir?
What up, dude?
How are you?
Hello, lovelies. Oh, wait, I can't say that.
Internet, hello, you lovelies.
What's up, dude? How are you?
I'm reacting to I Know What You Did Last Summer, but I love Sony, so I attended I Know What You Did Last Summer. So I am currently home whilst I Know What You Did Last Summer plays.
I was gonna say, weren't you just at like a premiere or something?
I literally I promised Greg, because I just watched the first two, I'd react to it, but I love Sony because they've been so good to me, so I wanted to go help support and promote. So I just booked it home, and I told you if I could make it, I would.
Dude, you're here.
A man of his word.
I am not. Is I Know What You Did Last Summer a series?
Yeah, so it's the third official one. There's two that went to theaters, a third came out, and this is the real third one.
Oh, is it good?
So 1998 was the first one. It did so well, they immediately rushed a second. It came out in 2000. There was a straight-to-DVD one in the mid-2000s. Now, all these years later, Freddie Prinze is back.
Do y'all see what I mean when I say Coy is good at this shit? Do you guys see this? Is it good? Is it under embargo?
I'm not watching it.
Oh, I thought you had already seen it and then.
No, I'm going to react on rejects. So like you guys are my alibi that I'm reacting authentically when I react in 2 months.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So this is living proof that Coy has not already seen it. And when he reacts on Real Rejects, when you watch one of those videos where they all sit and watch it together, and I have no idea how they get away with it, you sons of guns. It's authentic. How do you, I'm still trying to figure out how the hell to be able to use, well, it's mostly Warner Brothers. That's the problem. Whenever you use,
it's certain amounts of length, it's certain amounts of audio, it's certain size.
Yeah.
It's every variable. Greg has a science. But what's hard
Greg
for
is
me
a
is
genius.
I know movie structure. So when I see a movie, I can go like, oh, and I can predict stuff. So everyone's like, well, he's obviously already seen it. So like things like this where it's a horror movie, I'm like, there's going to be pictures of me at the premiere. there's going to be me talking about it, and then people are going to assume, but it's like, here I am. And I told you I'd be here, so it was important to me that I did my damnedest.
July 14th, it is 10 p.m. Central Time. That is Central Time. I'm in Nashville, so that's 8 p.m. Pacific Time. He's not there, people.
Movie started at 7:40. I do not live 20 minutes away from downtown Los Angeles.
Will I see you at all in the coming? You'll be in San Diego, right?
I'll be in San Diego, and I assume I'll see you some next week here.
I will be there from Friday to Tuesday, I believe.
I assume I'll see you on a day before San Diego.
We'll have a fantastic time.
I certainly think it'll be one for the ages.
Yeah. So wait, what did you? We've talked about this a little bit. We've been talking a lot of Superman on here. What did you think of Superman?
I thought it was not only the most important comic shift in this age, wherein we're going from what I consider the golden age of comic books into the silver age. I also think it's ironic that it's the inverse of the comic, right? Like the golden age of comics was the vivacious and bright and very escapist ceremonial pomp and circumstance to reflect the war. And in our reality, we reflected our war, which made us more gray and dark and cold and calculated. And now that things have gotten so bad, we're shifting in the inverse. So Golden Age comics, I think, shifted to Silver Age when Gwen Stacy died. I consider the Gwen Stacy's death the end of the Silver Age going into the Bronze Age. I consider the end of the Golden Age going into the Silver Age to be when the characters started being a bit more grounded. So I said that in bad order, but Golden Age being characters being allowed to be as larger than life as they want. Silver Age being a bit more grounded, and then the Bronze Age after Gwen Stacy died being mystical and a little bit more occult, a lot more crime, like gang war stuff. Those being the big phases from the 40s into the 60s, 60s into the 80s, and then 80s into the Ultimate era at Marvel. Ultimate Marvel being what I consider the beginning of the modern age. What's interesting to me is 2008 kicked off an era of comic books that was a reflection of our post 9/11 trauma. That was then a very calculated, cold, gray, almost metamodernistic commentary on America, wherein even the movies about America were commentaries and looking at those things. And now we're so 15 years into this, it's accelerating into a time where we need escapism, not commentary. So the film is very much a commentary. It's very political. It's very strong, the messaging, but we need the escapism of the visuals that wouldn't work in this darker tone. So I consider Superman and in some ways Fantastic Four the shift into a silver age of comic book movies that is oddly more akin to the golden age of comic books.
Well, so that's actually what I was going to ask you. Do you feel like we're reaching also sort of like a medley of those? Like, because obviously Superman leans into that silver age tonally and with what it's allowing its characters to do. But at the same time, we have the Batman. We have Thunderbolts 2 months ago. And then in 2 weeks, we have Fantastic Four, which seems to lean back in that direction of where Superman went. Do you think we're at a time where it's kind of now allow like the audience, whether it's through the audience being divided or the audience just being excited about these characters in general, where we're getting sort of all the Silver Age, Golden Age, all these different levels of camp and tone and groundedness and not grounded and all that stuff all at once?
I think we're entering like a spinner rack era. Like we're actually at the point where it doesn't need to be a one universe feel. I think James, who's an actual nerd, is rightly going, hey, wait a second. What if instead of trying to make everything look the same, we hire directors with scripts and spin? I think going from Superman in one tone into Supergirl in another tone is a very not only smart, but it's also a way to help the entire industry. Craig Gillespie is going to make a very different movie than James Gunn. He's going to make a very different Supergirl than someone adapting something else. So I think going from this to Peacemaker, already showing a strong choice. Going from that right into Supergirl, different director, strong choice. Going from that into Clayface, now we're playing with a spinner rack. And I think that if you want a genre to survive, you need to make sure that it feels more like a medium than a genre. I think Westerns went away because they were so similar to their own sensibilities that it felt like you were experiencing something familiar. The magic trick of movies is to make you feel comfortable and familiar, but still surprise you. I think it needs to play with mediums more than genre, and I think James knows how to do that.
My one thing, just to play devil's advocate, not that I hope this happens or to even put it out there to be negative, but I think the spinner rack approach has made it hard for the MCU to retain its audience.
I think the MCU is the beautiful result of too much success. I
Yeah.
think that when you consider a $400 million movie a failure, we need to look at things. I think that when you don't make movies for under $150 million, we need to look at things. And I think the beauty of comic books is their interconnectedness. I love the fact that we have stories that have been going for 80 years. It's our mythology. It's our Trojan horse of morality for the modern age. Like, less and less do people identify with religion, myself included. I've never been a religious man, but I've always gleaned so much of what I believe in from characters, and I love the fact that I know they're fiction. I think the danger of you believing a story to be true is dangerous when you're playing with things of this scale. So I think what's happening is that one continuous story at Marvel, these myths, these ideas, it's like comics need to reset continuity every so often. And there's a different assessment of reality in a movie. There's this different suspension of disbelief. You can read a drawing and read literature and believe a little bit differently than when you look in an actor's eyes. So we've reached a nexus point. We've reached a shift where it needs a reboot. It needs something to shift. And that way, when you restart, I hope they do what it feels like James is doing, where an Elseworld can exist, where a different tone can exist. I think the problem is, in addition to user error, which I don't think gets enough validity, I think a lot of people want to just blame studios and creatives, but there is something happening with user error. I think when the entire point of the movie is the post-credit scene, then what's the point of 99% of the movie? I think that's become a problem. When I
Did you just describe the Venom franchise just like that?
I believe Sony and I love each other very much, but boy, oh boy, did the notes not get taken. But I think there are times when if you're looking at the last page of a comic book and reading the next comic book, you're not reading the comic. And I think that the TikTokification of culture, I think that the way we allow people to interact with media, our lack of literacy and our ADHD mentality has caused that type of filmmaking to bloat itself. And I think a nice unplug and plug it back in and a different tactic. But no one could have done what they did. People tried. It was a triumph, is a triumph for 15 years, but you can't keep expecting the same results from the same pattern.
Joe, when's the last time you were this excited for comic book movies?
Oh man, a comic book movie would have been like Endgame, right? Like I feel like,
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a while. I mean, even I think it's because spoiler culture when we were in the COVID, like I just kind of I was out of it, man. With Spider-Man,
Yeah.
what was the other one? Doctor Strange. I was burnt out on that stuff. And I think now it's, you know what, it's interesting because the MCU kind of reminds me of like the early 2000 comic boom, where if you were doing one of these big giant X-Men crossovers, it was like you're getting X-Men, Uncanny X-Men, X-Factor, all the X books in order to follow one coherent story. And I feel like the MCU is kind of like it was getting to that now. Where, dude, I just recently, what was I watching? And I was like, I didn't see what came before it or after it, but I felt like I was so lost because I didn't know all the characters that were in it. I didn't know some of the nuances that were going on, and I just felt a little lost. So I'm happy that we're resetting with something fresh. And I think Koi makes a great point actually about the post-credit scene. I love that everything in this movie is the movie. And the post-credit scene just happens to be that additional like cherry on top if it's going to reward you to stick around.
I agree, but also don't know why OBS has decided I need to be.
Koi is somewhere in the multiverse right
Let me,
now.
if I do this, will it stay? I agree with that assessment of event comics, because that's actually one of my big problems with comics is when you've got everything needing to be required reading, it feels like homework and not like joy. And I think that some casual viewers have that approach, and that's not fair to them because this needs to appeal. Comics are $5, $4 to $5. That's expensive enough. But when your $200 million movie has 10 properties that you need to watch before it, inevitably that's going to feel like it's not the right thing. And this is coming from like an MCU lover. I'm not like talking crap. I'm just saying that it has been an incredible journey, but you need to find ways to diversify the content.
Quite. Yeah. I have a question for you because this movie starts off. We know that this is just a little bit of a spoiler here, but we know that metahumans have existed for 3 centuries. Who do you think was the first metahuman in DC in James Gunn's DCU?
Damn.
I'm gonna say it would be something that's a little bit more linear as a way to make it so it wouldn't have broken down society. Because if you think about it from like an agricultural standpoint, looking at the world that we see in Metropolis, it's not so different. So from that reverse engineering, I wouldn't say something like a Martian Manhunter or someone that would be like zeitgeist shifting. So with that math, I would say something like a Jay Garrick Flash, right? Like
He's in the Hall of Justice.
And I think that's smart to have something that plants a seed that references, but also like doesn't imply zeitgeist shifts in our reality. Like you can't start at that OP and then be like, things are like, there's a reason Superman is 300 years in. If Superman was there in the beginning, the world would look different. So
Right.
if you go back, it would be heroes that are a little bit more, manageable. I also think if I was going to do anything, and this is one of those I don't know moments, internet. I would have a Hawkman that existed back in the beginning, so they can play the incarnation storyline with Hawk Girl and have some sort of Thanagarian heritage tied
I
back.
love that.
Dude, are they going to put you on the writing staff or what?
So, dude, I got so many ideas. Let me out.
Oh man.
Listen, I just want Dave Bautista to play Wildcat.
Oh, I like that. I like
Right?
it a lot. He's been my Hugo Strange for a while, but I like Wildcat quite a bit.
It's just a matter of time until all the Guardians get in there and in some epic roles. You just know. James loves working with people he loves working with. And he works with Coy now. Coy's on the DC family. We love to see it, baby.
Sure.
It's been really cool because they, out of every company I've worked with this level, they're so hands-on and aware of the fan experience that they want fans to feel, but they're also not reactionary. Like the difference between like responsive and reactionary is very tricky. I think at times marketing companies get reactionary, right? Like they go, oh, we don't like this scene and we want this in the next trailer. Oh, they were asking for this in the trailer. Put that. And then it feels like it's just fans directing the trailers. I haven't experienced that with DC, but I have experienced them genuinely wanting to know what comic fans are into, what's going on, what directors are cooking. And I think that's what's going to be special about this universe is it's very screenplay and director forward. Like it's to be done being written, which is the bare minimum 2025 film culture. So I really have hope that, we'll get some finished films, not just like made in post-production movies.
Coy, what's your dream DCU project that you want to see either on screen or on TV?
And they're making a show out of it, but my dream comic adaptation was Mr. Miracle,
the Tom King one?
Tom King, Mr. Miracle.
Oh, God, it was so
Two gods
good.
and escapism. But since they're already doing that one, I would love to find a way to do something a la Last Action Hero meets The Matrix. And I would love to see a Grant Morrison Animal Man, but using the medium of filmmaking to have the experience of that Animal Man moment, but somehow translated to film in a way that would surprise even Animal Man fans. Like, throw Damon Lindelof, who's already in-house at Lanterns, with Grant Morrison, give him like a vat of acid and just unleash some madness.
Yeah,
Coy's goatee told me Green Arrow, though.
I mean, genetically, I didn't have a lot of options, but I do think but yeah, I'd love to see some of the weirder things, like with a $50 to $100 million budget. I'd love to see some like swings. Green Arrow, I think, is probably, and again, this isn't me knowing anything. I think what I would do is, out of the characters not yet announced, Green Arrow seems like a very logical next step because we've got Stag Industries, we got Luthor Corps, we have lots and lots of billionaires all kind of rallying together. We got Mac, in the Peacemaker teaser. I think having all of these billionaires and having Bruce Wayne playing the persona of a billionaire, people don't realize, like, obviously he's Batman, he's got to play the same mischief. I think having a Oliver Queen, Robin Hood-esque good billionaire to juxtapose the bad would be an almost Superman-esque figure, but on a grounded scale. So I think Green Arrow would be a great second wave lead.
Cast Justin Hartley. Make him a new version of the Green Arrow instead of small version.
All right, y'all. Well, thank you guys for popping in to hang out. I promised this would just be a few minutes, and we've definitely kept you guys for more than a few minutes. I'm sorry I know what you did last summer, but Coy is going to wait and watch. Greg will have a reaction. Greg Alba from Real Rejects. I assume he's going to share some thoughts. So if you're curious what's going on with I Know What You Did Last Summer, go follow Greg. Coy, where can everybody find you? We will be on DC Studio Showcase this Friday, which you do. I mean, how often do episodes release?
Every week, so it's every other Friday.
Okay, so that's on HBO Max, and also the social clips. You should follow Coy because you'll get the social clips. And if you don't watch the show, we will bombard you with social clips, especially this week. Big Superman episode coming. But Coy, where can everybody find you?
You can find me on YouTube. I'm almost at 50K. I didn't
Let's
touch
go.
10 years. But then I got back into it about a year ago, and it's a little over doubled in a year, which I'm very flattered by. So check me out on YouTube at Koijandro. I literally read 50 to 70 comics a week. I give you my favorite 9 every single week. So if you want to save a few bucks at the comic store and get into comic books, I'm going to give you my favorite 9 every single week on a live stream on Wednesdays. So the week prior's books, and then you can go to the comic store. I preview that week's books. Also give you all the comic news from the lens of a comic book fan. You can find me there. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on TikTok. You can find me trying to avoid Twitter. And you can find me at most premieres, usually attending the movie itself.
All right, Joe, how can people find you?
You can find me at joedeckelmeyer.com on all social media, over at Screen Rant as well. I'm starting a Power Ranger thing called the Reviewing Globe. I'd love both you gentlemen to come on. I'm a big Power Ranger fan for you guys that don't know. I love that franchise. Yeah, that's where you can find me.
Hell yeah. All right, guys. I want to shout you both out. You're two of the best dudes I know. Appreciate you guys coming by and having a good time. And
before we go, you crushed on this week's DC Studios, man. I've seen a couple of like cuts of it's so good. Like I'm so excited for your audience to see you on HBO because I know how hard you work. So you gave me my flowers. It's my turn. You are one of the hardest working people I know in this town of hardworking people. It is not an easy thing to go from like, oh, look, health insurance to like, good God, food. I've always had the good God food angle. You and I have bonded over it. I see most people fall apart, and instead you rallied, and I'm so proud of you. So I can't wait for the world to see the HBO show, man.
I've been really lucky, and you guys having me on that show it just keeps that momentum going, and it just means, dude, it's fun. It was fun to do. I was a little jealous that you guys get to do it so often. I was like, man, I want to keep doing with this whole gang here. But yeah, no, thank you guys. Thank you for saying that, Coy. And thank you for hanging with me tonight, guys. I'm gonna figure out how to give this away once you guys are off the stream. So everybody in the chat, we're about to figure out how I'm going to give this Daily Planet newspaper away. Joe is on Screen Rant. Coy, Real Rejects, his own channel. Go find the Coy channel. Let's pop that 50K. Well, you know where anyway. All right. Bye, guys.
Love you, boys.
Bye. Love you.
Joe, I'll see you soon. Coy, see you soon. All right. Let's figure out how to give this away. What do we got here? Oh, I got a phone call. I'm gonna have to call you back, Matt. All right. Got a Daily Planet to give away. I'll mail this to somebody in the US. All right, go ahead. Everybody go ahead and comment if you're in the US. Just say Daily Planet, and let's see. Those are our eligible contestants first, and we'll limit it to 15 people. First 15. That's what we'll do. And then I have an idea to spread some positivity. Well, let's just do 10. Sorry, we're gonna do 10. First 10 to say Daily Planet in the chat. All right, Versus is in. Judon is in. Troy is in. Andrew is in. Quentin is in. Fox of Flame is in. Robert is in. Keith is in. We got one more. Who's the next one? RJ Penguin and Brandon, because I think you're awesome. All right, that's it. So we got 13. Okay. So C Black. All right, we got 15. We'll go with the 15. Up to C Black is where we're at. Okay. So those are our entrants. Let's run through them one more time. Pay attention. Versus Seed, Judon Foster, Troy Farley, Andrew Ian Does, Quentin Anthony Anderson, Fox of Flame, Robert Thomas, Keith, RJ Pangman, Brandon Moore, Stephanie Horton, Stamina MC, and C Black. Those are our contestants. First person to have their name said by others in the chat 3 times. We're going to spread some positivity. We're going to vote for each other. If you vote for yourself, you're out. Spread some positivity. Vote for one of those 15 people. First person to get 3 votes. And Stamina, I know you're in the UK, but you've been here since the beginning. I'll make an exception, I guess. Oh, RJ, my God, glad $13.99 from RJ. Glad just to be a part of the mix. Hey, thank you so much, RJ. I appreciate that. We got 1 vote for Keith. We got 1 vote for C Black. 2 votes for Keith. If we get another Keith, RJ hit the super chat. And we got 1 vote for Stamina. Well, you only get 1 vote. 1 vote for Troy. RJ dropped that $13.99. Tried to win some love. I respect the hell out of that. Thank you so much, RJ. I had to have 3 names. Wait, so if we get 1 more Keith is okay. I'm going back to the top. I'm doing this in order. We got 1 Keith, 2 Keith. We got 1 C Black, 1 stamina, 2 stamina, 3 Keith. It's Keith. RJ with the 3rd for Keith. All right, Keith. I got to figure out a way to get in touch with you. Keith, the pressure script thing, I don't know if I can manage. Yo, honestly, thank you guys. I feel like, I don't know, that felt like a weird Mr. Beast thing where I pitted you guys against each other. I didn't mean to do that. But I also just thought it was a cool opportunity to hype each other up and get somebody a Daily Planet newspaper. Keith, W Keith in the chat, everybody. Also, RJ, again, thank you so much for the $13.99, my friend. That is really, really kind of you. Just glad to be part of the mix. Honestly, this positive energy, my social security number is. Okay, well, I know you're American. I will be able to ship this somewhere in the U.S. Keith, are you on Instagram? Or actually, are you on Twitter? Anything else that we can... can you direct message people on YouTube? That would be the most sensible. I just don't know if you can. Let's see. Keith. Let me see if I can pull this up on YouTube instead of in StreamYard. Oh, it's weird seeing myself on there. I don't like that at all. Go to channel. Keith. Step off my cape. Hey, cool username. Can I message you? What if I subscribe? Can I message you? Can you message people on YouTube? Oh, you can't message people on YouTube. I don't know. I got to figure out how to get in touch with you, Keith. You got a Daily Planet on the way. If you guys want to talk about, I'll hang out for a few more minutes. Had a lot of friends join. Awesome people. Alex, Coy, Joe, Maude, Jim Viscardi broke out of jail. Chenise, Frankie at the beginning of the show. What an awesome time that was. No inboxes on YouTube. I'm on all the things because I'm a masochist, says Keith. But yeah, I would like to start doing more streams like this. I'm not going to get so many friends to join every time. This was just kind of like a, hey, let's have fun with it. Hold on, I got to send a text message. I'm just reading a text. No, it's not. It's not even ground. I'm not reading a text from Kevin Feige. I promise. All right, what do we got? What's chat saying? Did they give away too much in the Fantastic Four clip? Says Judon. Personally, I am going to go ahead and say I think. Yeah, that clip was the first time you can ever really see what the movie's about, though. Stamina agrees. I do think that that starts to I think that they're going to start doing that more and more because it's time to really crank those numbers up. I think they were wise to put their tickets on sale ahead of Superman's tickets going on sale. This stream was Brandon Davis and the Multiverse of Content Creators. Hey, I invited a whole bunch of people. A lot of them are at the I Know What You Did Last Summer premiere who couldn't make it. Maybe some just didn't want to join. Like, it's cool. I mean, I wish I could pay people to come on because I make a few dollars, like the super chats. I get to take a little bit of money home from these streams, which is obviously really cool, and I appreciate that. But it's also, I feel a little awkward if it's like, hey, I got a $13.99 super chat while you're doing this guest spot for free. But that's why I always try to promote their stuff and put everybody over and have a good time. But also, if they ask me to go on their streams, I would in a second. I love doing this stuff, my friends. Yo, Scott, thank you so much. 999, congrats on a great first episode of All-Star Monday. Yo, that's a really good name. All-Star Monday. I could start having just different All-Stars on the show. I don't even know if it needs a name. Maybe it's just BD and friends and we just hang out. But that's cool. I like that. All right, thank you, Scott. You're always very generous. And you did email me back. I haven't opened it yet. As you saw Alex say earlier, I'm trying to get better about answering emails. Unless it's something that I end up seeing is like really timely, I'm not usually on top of it. And that's with texting my friends and everything too. Gunn didn't put too much out for Superman. No, I watched Superman and I was like, when we were about 40 minutes in, I was like, wow, I feel like I've seen everything from the trailers already, which was cool because there's a whole lot of movie left and I haven't seen a lot of trailer. But But yeah, I'm gonna wrap up soon. So if you guys have any questions, go ahead, throw them out there. Let me flip a page of one of my old notebooks from set visits and stuff and see what we find. I like Beating and Friends. It says Tiptoe Cloud. Hey, me too. All right, what's this? Alien Fifth Element, Ray. Walk in. Pink chick with two heads. I don't even know what this is from. Oh, that was a sketch that we tried to put together. The reunion. Wanda and Vision acknowledge him. Cap. Oh my God, these are my notes from Infinity War. This is the Infinity War set visit. Production office labeled Mary Lou. Deliveries for Cooper, Renner, Rudd, Sam Jackson, Kobe Smulders, Motherland, Stan, Evans, Downey, Ruffalo, Hemsworth, Pratt, Bautista, Mackey, Bozeman, Larson, Gillen, Rudd, Saldana, Holland, Scarjo, Hiddleston, Bettany, Diesel, Cumberbatch, Rudd. That's my notes on all the mailboxes I saw in the production office on the set of Avengers Infinity War. And they had a clock in there for Scotland because they were filming in Scotland part of the movie, and there was like another unit back in Atlanta. I think we were in Atlanta. Wow. I haven't turned the pages on this since probably pre-2020. Wow. Oh, geez. It wraps July 14th. Parts of the first to be filmed with part 2. I don't think we didn't know it was called Avengers Endgame yet, so we were still just like, wow. Two-armed Bucky hiding in the bank also looks a bit grisly. Hair is long. Hiding in the back. Oh, we watched the scene. Cap is bearded, grizzled, long hair, dirty, beaten. Widow is blonde, shorter hair, 2 knives. Rhodey wearing leg braces. These are like the notes I took. That is insane, dude. Look at this. There's so many notes too. And then there's interview notes. Like we talked to Chris Evans and Scarlett Johansson, Chadwick Boseman, the Russos, the writers, Marcus and McFeely. Wow. Oh yeah, there's the reunion notes here. Rhodey and Banner. These are my notes about the reunion in Wakanda. This was the scene where they all arrived in Wakanda, like in Infinity War. And Wanda and Vision acknowledge him. Cap hugs him. This is with who? I don't even know. Rhodey and Banner banter. What kind of assault should we expect? T'Challa asked. Quit. I can't read my own handwriting. A semi-stable 100-year-old frozen man. Oh yeah. You sure he's all right? You mean, am I crazy? Are you gonna snap and kill someone if someone slips and says bologna sandwich? This is Anthony Mackie talking to Sebastian Stan. A lot of this didn't even make it into the movie. Not bologna, no. I hate you. Falcon's gear is highly detailed, red, silver, black. Cap has shingled outfit under normal. Wow, this is sick, dude. This is so damn cool. Maybe one day I'll auction this thing off. Jesus. And then, I got to see Cole Obsidian and Proxima Midnight, Corvus Glaive, Ebony Maw. Smart Hulk is missing, is what I noted there. I don't know what the note was, but that ended up being true. Wow, just so many notes in here. Sheesh. My New York Comic-Con schedule, I barely even touched that. I probably ended up making it a Google Doc. The Walking Dead, October 7th, 6:15 p.m. Oh my God, Aquaman notes. This is the edit bay. This is Aquaman. Jeez. Well, that is chapters from BD's notebook back when I used to write a lot of articles. All right, y'all. Well, that was fun. Thank you so much, guys. Keith, I got to find a way to get in touch with you. Shoot me a message on like Facebook or Instagram or something. I'll get your address. If you can somehow prove it's you, I'd appreciate it. I don't want to see any Keith imposters out there. Congrats on your Daily Planet. I'll get this shipped. It might not ship until August, to be honest with you, because I leave tomorrow for New York and then Fantastic Four and then San Diego Comic-Con. So we'll figure it all out. But yeah. All right, y'all. That's today's stream. Thanks for the super chats. Thanks for hanging. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for supporting my friends who came on this channel. I hope you'll all follow all of them. They're great people. If I had somebody on here, it's because I've met them, I've interacted with them, I've known them for a long time, and I've only ever had good experiences with them. So Shout out to my friends for coming on. Hey, good luck on OVW, RJ. Thank you. I'm going to need it. I will not be on OVW for the next 2 weeks, but I still encourage you to watch the incredible talent you see there. And on Friday, I will be wrestling next Friday at San Diego Comic-Con with Circle 6. So hope you'll come hang out. And see you guys soon. Bye.